Because I had a situation where I had a woman, we were fuck buddies. And this was a chick who would, when she did come over, you know what I'm saying, for sex, she would do extra shit. You know what I'm saying? She would even bring me shit. She was the type of woman that would be willing to cook me a meal and take me out on her dime and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? So when she hit me up and was complaining about the fact that, you know, you don't take me out, what's up with that? And I told her, point blank, that's not what we do. When I get horny, I call you up. If you're free, I step through. If you get horny, you call me up. If I'm free, I follow through. I'm like, that's it. That's what the fuck we do.
Women will get with guys as placeholders. Do you know how hard it is to get rid of a woman who actually likes you, who actually respects you, who actually loves you? Do you know how hard it is to get rid of that woman? And you're not talking about some hypergamy? This is real simple. The reason why women treat you like shit, the reason why women got an attitude with you, the reason why women fucking diss you and disrespect you is because they never liked, loved, or respected you in the first place.
But every time we look up, we gotta fall to our knees and worship the feminine. Who's worshiping us? Who's worshiping the wonders that we built, the lands we've conquered, and all we get to hear every day, day in and day out, is how fucking sorry we are, how stupid we are, how barbaric we are.
But when a woman meets a man that's valuable and knows who the fuck he is, she knows that she can never overpower a nigga with game or a real dude or a man of value and not even to say a man of value, because that sounds too much like what other niggas be saying. What I really mean is a man that knows his value. When a woman is dealing with a man that knows his value, she knows that she cannot overpower him. So she ends up saying to herself, well, if I can't beat him, I gotta join him. But when a woman is in a room full of dudes that know they value, she knows that she has to submit. And if she don't submit, she got to get the fuck up out of the room.
No matter what level she brings it to, how loud she get, disrespectful or talks fast, you have to keep your cool. You have to keep it on your energy level. So if you want her to be submissive, you want her to be calmed down, you want her to bring it down a notch, you won't yell louder than her. Talk to her like this. Yo, I don't do that. I don't know if you talk to people like that, but that's not how you're gonna talk to me. That's not what I do. Now, if you want to continue to do that, I will show you exactly where the door is. I will escort you out, tell you have a nice trip, and send your ass right to the gulag. You'll be gone. I don't tolerate that from people in my life.
For all you surface dwellers out there and shit, how does it feel following all these motherfuckers on the other side of the streets talking about don't do shit? Well, if you ain't gonna do shit, then why don't you do man shit? Don't run away from fear. Don't dwell in the past. Don't give away your power. Don't feel sorry for yourselves. Don't make the same mistakes over and over again. Don't worry about what people think about you. Why don't you do some man don'ts if you're gonna do a don't anyway? Grass-eating lion.
It's sad to see so many men suffer from bitch assness. And then women know there's such at an advantage with weak men. They try to shut me up. This is the part of being a man, is standing on your squares, understanding that nobody's going to move me. I move mountains. Nobody's going to move me off my square. They need to respect your word. There needs to be a shift in behavior when you get home. They need to understand what the deal is when you're around them. There's no such thing as compromise with men. Compromise.
You should be fucking at the
all
truck
day.
stop.
All day.
That's
right. These conversations are obviously too in depth. They're too in depth with these bitches, man. What are we talking about? You're a truck driver. Bitch, I come in every state and I fuck hoes. That's what I do. And you gonna be one of them, or I'm gonna find one that will.
And the thing is, if she got an issue with you not having a place to stay, that means she ain't really feeling you.
Respect to Scary Perry for the $5 super chat. He says, Salute to the Real Game No Theory panel. Best show on Sunday. I don't know what leaving pussy on the table means, because pussy's not valuable enough to be left on the table in the first place, in my opinion.
Exactly.
I'll have Christmas lights back there. And I'm fucking bitches under the light.
The following program is rated MAN. It contains assertive men who are kings of their castles, men who don't make excuses or blame women for everything that's going wrong in their lives, men who don't make the game about women. Instead, they make the game about the man. So, if you're into theory or use soft, weak-ass words like hypergamy, red pill, no fap, be on your purpose, high-value man, or money, clothes, and status, buddy, you're in the wrong place, and you need to go 2 doors down where the male cuddle parties and circle jerks are going on. This is a man's space.
Since the fall of the PUA community back in 2007, most PUAs ran underground because they had nothing to offer. The content creator has become the hero today, dedicated to one single objective: to declaw and defang any person who listens. They decided to join forces to create a cult, and never giving those who listen a solution. It's all about clothes, cars and money, deception and manipulation, indirect game, going your own way. They talk pills and plates. They complain. They blame. Fake it till you make it. I just don't get it. A man doesn't need to lie to meet women. He just needs to learn how to spit flavour in her eyes and in her ears. Thanos broke down the game when he said, as long as there are those who remember what was, there will always be those who cannot accept what can be. Even in darkness, a man can find light. Sometimes the world doesn't need a group of fake heroes teaching lies. Sometimes the world needs a group of anti-heroes to bring balance, order, and truth to the game. It's time to summon the authentic players of the game. Only one group dares to challenge this threat. Gathered together from the cosmic regions of the streets, these anti-villains are hated because they put all the accountability on the man. They know the game will never be about women. They fight for every young man who is trying to learn their family name. Dedicated to truth, keeping it real, and manhood. Get your notebooks out, ask questions, and call in. Don't just listen to the message, become the message.
All right, guys, we here, man. How y'all doing, man?
Yo.
Man, what's good with it, man?
Bottom from the top. All right, go ahead. You got it, Zach.
All right, what's up? K-Zach and 20 was good with you guys. As I always do about this time, it's good to be back amongst the panel of the esteemed gentlemen. Man, let's get this game.
All right, Angry Man, you up, my brother?
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's the Angry Man, ready to get into it.
All right, let's do it. Fit.
Man, what's happening? It's 50, man. Hey, we ready to rock and roll, man. Let's get it in, man. Let's teach these, man.
All right, no doubt. Miles in the house.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Miles, repping that bad boy membership, man. I'm glad to be here again, man. You know, respect to the panel, respect to the chat, and let's go get it, man.
All right, guys, y'all want to call in? Y'all have the number 51638. Miles, the lines are open, right? We got the
lines open. Yeah, we good. Lines open. Yeah.
Good. Okay, he's doing that shit from Miami. All right, so we in, man. All right, Zach.
This nigga is famous. These niggas is famous, nigga.
Yo, this shit is lit out here in Miami, man. This shit is lit, man.
Right.
So,
go ahead, Zach.
So real quick, so I wanted to talk about this because one thing that we always talk about, right? There's a multitude of ways to attract women, but the number one way, the best way, is to attract women to you via sex appeal, period. Sexual attraction is the number one way to get women to fuck with you. Again, there are a multitude of ways to get women to deal with you, but that is by far the number one way. And I firmly believe when it comes to women being compliant and cooperative, that is also one of the best ways to get it popping is via sexual attraction.
Facts, man.
Outside of that, let's go.
I want to say, it has a like men in general, a lot of things that we consider to be like, as far as aesthetics and looks and things like that, there's certain things that we don't really take as important as far as our appearance sometimes, because sometimes we can see things that are like masculine, and then we put a feminine label on it, and then we kind of forget that we need to take care of those certain things. And I mean, still take care of it like a man. You understand what I'm saying? But for example, what I'm saying is like, like men invented makeup, right? Men invented, like men were the first tailors. Like we tailored dresses and we tailored suits.
High heels too.
High heel, all that shit. All of that shit. Like we invented swag. You understand? But by no means am I saying we should be spending more time in the mirror than a bitch. But what I'm saying is, let's not forget where the aesthetics and the basis of the industries come from. You understand what I'm saying? And in that respect, I think a lot of guys need to start looking at themselves and saying, man, am I representing myself aesthetically the best way I can? Meaning, am I groomed? Am I clean? A woman looks at your shoes, your hands, and your mouth first. You understand? Am I taking care of those three situations? Am I, is my wardrobe cool? Is my clothes fitted? You understand what I'm saying? And then, and I'm not even, and I'm not even like saying that itself is sex appeal, but here's what's sexy about all of that now. Once you have a protocol for yourself, you understand, and you dress a certain way, that adds to your identity and your confidence. You understand? So when you step into a room, you look the way you look because you made that choice. And that leads into your individuality of your, representation as far as aesthetics and appearance. And that is a huge part of what makes you sexually appealing to a woman, because she can set you apart from another person. She sees you different from another motherfucker. And, sex is a very specific game, right? Because it takes chemistry, it takes compatibility, it takes, for me and a woman to actually feel excited about each other. And, I can't feel excited about a motherfucker who, looks like me personally, I can't feel excited about a woman who looks like every other bitch. You understand what I'm saying? I can't. So I can imagine that it's hard for a woman to feel excited for a dude that's just trying to blend in and look like every other dude. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel that, we need to embrace certain things about our appearance, our aesthetics, and really use that to ensure our confidence, which increases our individuality, which increases our ability to be sexually appealing based on chemistry and things like that.
Let me add this real quick, because a lot of guys, they minimize the importance of being authentic. And when we talk about sex appeal, a lot of guys, they think sex appeal is simply looks. You have a certain type of body type, you're whatever foot tall, and I'm not saying that doesn't go into it. Right. From the visual aspect of it. But really, sex appeal is really, in a nutshell, is a woman's desire to want to have sex with you. The average woman isn't walking around just having sex with a bunch of guys they think is handsome. A lot of times when they make that decision to actually have sex with a man, it's because of the interaction. It's because of that man's behaviors. It's because of the shit that man is saying. And a young lady says something about a man smelling good. Throw that in there too. You know what I'm saying? All of that shit. So it ain't just one thing. And I heard another dude say masculinity. There are a lot of masculine men that ain't getting no pussy. So can masculinity be a part of it? Yes, but there are so many different other things that you have to add into it. And as a man, you can't necessarily sit around and just say, oh, I'm gonna be sexually appealing today. And just start, it don't necessarily work that way. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times it's attitude, it's behaviors, it's also how we see ourselves. As far as how we see ourselves in the world and how we see ourselves in relation to women. And a lot of guys, what they really lack is confidence to be themselves. That's where the authenticity comes in at, because you said something very important, Miles. You said stand out.
Right.
Okay, in order to stand out, you have to be authentic, because the average guy, he is playing a role to be on a woman's good side. He don't want to fuck up his chance to get the ass. So he is saying and or doing things to stay on her good side. And what guys don't understand, women see you, nigga. They see what you doing. But y'all got it.
They ain't standing out, they're standing in. They're standing inside their house looking at another man tell them what sexuality is. They're sitting around looking at another man telling them how to be around a woman based on that man's perception, that man's reality, and what that man wants them to be. And also they think their sexuality is actually based on what the fuck the woman thinks. So everything that they're doing is they're trying to please the woman based off of what they think the woman actually wants them to be versus who they actually are. See, the thing about us on this panel, what you see is what the fuck you get. And what makes us sexual appealing is that we don't give a fuck, number one. What makes us sexual appealing is that we can say no to a goddamn woman. What makes us sexual appealing is we can walk the fuck off and talk to the woman right next to the woman and not give two fucks about what she thinks. That's what sexual appealing comes from.
Yeah, and I think too, for me, it's always been, you know, like a lot of people are like, oh, this person wears their emotions on the sleeve. Well, I wear me on my sleeve. I've always been a guy. I think I've always never gave a fuck about people's opinion, and I think I've been blessed with that since a very, very young age. You know, I've come from a poor background. I think being poor puts a lot of things in reality. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like everybody else. You know, motherfuckers, you know, I was raised Islam, but, you know, so we didn't really care about the Christmas stuff and all that, right? But what I will tell you is that, you know, that Christmas morning, you're hearing motherfuckers outside, and they out there riding bikes and shit. And they out there having a great time with their shit. And we you know, our electricity been out for 2 months. You know what I mean? And you got to find a way to keep shit cool because the refrigerator's out. See and I'm going deep right now because I want you guys to understand the mentality of understanding that I'm still the shit, even in the position I'm in. I went outside and I played with the kids just like normal. I didn't give a fuck that, you know, it didn't make them, they didn't feel inferior. Like it was nothing about them that made them feel special to me. They just celebrated something. They got more gifts than me. But when it comes to women and how men act, they feel like they need to have those bikes and those things that everybody else is having in order to feel special, in order to feel like they're the guy, right?
Right.
If you hear a lot of this bitch ass R&B music, especially from the 90s, right? If you listen to a lot of the lyrics on there, these men are begging and pleading for these women's attention. And this is why a lot of these men believe this is how you get women, by begging and pleading. Like we also come from an era where hip hop, you know, at least was a little manly. You know what I mean? Like, you know, these motherfuckers was like, it ain't no fun unless my homies can have some. You know what I mean? Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. You know what I mean? Like we come from an era of understanding that there are some dominant men out here, and we do understand the value of ourselves over a woman. There's so many men that seek value from women based upon, you know, what they do in life. Oh, you know, I got this car, you know, I got this, you know, let me post this on Instagram. Okay, let me post you know, this little money I got. I just cashed my check for my work. Let me just put it on the table and post this. They think that's what attracts women.
Right.
But see, when women really want you and desire you and find you sexually attractive, it's all because you are special. You are by yourself in your own category, in your own lane. Right. There's no lane that I'm in. I'm in my own lane. Yep. And a woman sees me, I hope they see that I will choke the fucking dog out of her and make her submit to me from the first time we interact. I'm going to make sure she understands on who she's talking to. I'm not these regular guys. I have a certain energy of respect that you're going to have with me. You're not going to ever disrespect me. You're not going to ever talk down on me. All you're going to do is be able to come in my life and be able to support my legacy on what I want. That's the aura that I bring. And see, as a man, there's not too many of us out there, man. These men on this panel is rare. This is rare. When you talk to most men buy pink and lavender shirts because they want to appeal to women. Oh, those are beautiful colors. Those are very nice colors. You bitch ass men are out here buying that because you believe that women like these vibrant fucking female ass salmon colors. You bitch ass men. Look, I can go all day, so I'm gonna cut it there. But what I want to say again is, man, be individuals, be yourself, understand who you are, and you need to dig deep on finding that if you don't know who it is. A lot of single mother raised men, of course, you men can be feminine because you guys have seen how a woman raised their sons to be gentlemen. Those gentlemen are raised in the perception of her, what she believes a man should be. Those men that she believes a man should be is nothing to do with the man. That's who she wants, but that's not what she needs.
Unapologetically be a damn man. You got it, bro.
I think that the thing men don't understand about sexual appeal is that sexual appeal is something that is a very primal thing. And I think in this day and age, you have a lot of men that are afraid to be men. I
agree.
I remember growing up, one of the things I noticed about women is that if you were a guy that allowed other guys to disrespect you, or if they did something to you and you didn't defend yourself, or you wasn't ready to get busy, like, the women didn't like you. That's one thing I noticed. I noticed that the dudes, you know, whether you want to call it right or wrong, the dudes that could kick ass never had no problem getting women.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I noticed recently when I was on a panel is one particular guy, I'm not going to say his name, but I had listened to him on this panel a few times get into disagreements with women. And the first thing he would say is, you know, I'm the man. You're supposed to listen to me. You know, you're just mad because I'm strong, this, that, and third, and blah, blah, blah. He just, you know, a lot of false bravado. So it came a point where me and him had a disagreement. And it was just a normal disagreement of opinion. And I guess he got frustrated in the situation. And he said, well, angry man, you're just mad because I'm strong enough to do X, Y, Z, and you're not. So let me tell you something. I said, if you were to say that to me in person, I would have knocked your teeth down your throat in one shot.
Mm-hmm.
And the moment I said that, you know, a couple of the other men were like, oh man, you know, it's really disappointing that when we have disagreements, it has to, you know, end up going towards violence, or dudes talk about they want to meet up. And see, I find it really sad that guys don't understand that there comes a point when a man says something disrespectful to you. It's really disrespectful. There ain't no other option but to go outside, ask him to come outside and kick his ass so that he understands you're not going to talk to me like that, dude. You're not going to violate me like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to sit back and listen to you talk fucking crazy, because we're grown men and you should know better. And since you don't know better, I'm going to show you that you should know better. Win, lose, or draw, you're going to think about that before you say that to me again. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And what dudes don't understand is that women pay attention to all of that shit. I don't care what people are saying. Oh, you know, it's primitive and blah, 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 blah. All I know is cavemen didn't have no problems getting no pussy. Okay? You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, dudes, a lot of dudes lack sex appeal. And they don't understand sex appeal because they don't understand the primal nature of a man. I'm not saying you got to go around here hitting people over the head with clubs and shit, but at the end of the day, you're a man. You know, and if every time somebody disrespects you or you get into a disagreement, you know, you're yelling out, use your words. You might as well be a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You might as well be a bitch, and you might as well just let everybody run over you, because the way I was taught, this is a man's world, and men run it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, and women fuck with the men who run it.
Facts.
Yeah.
On whatever level, small or big. You feel me?
I want to add to that primal, you know, sex being primal, sexual attraction, chemistry, all that type of shit. You know, and I mean, even the paradigm of like, the underlying threat of violence between men, and if two men have a disagreement, sometimes you got to go out, shoot the fair one, do what you got to do. Like, see, a woman is gonna, because we are talking about sexual attraction, right? So you have to understand that a woman wants a man that first understands himself, understands his desire, and understands how to go get it. You understand what I'm saying? No female wants to be in the bedroom with a nigga that's unsure about how to go get it. No female wants to be in a relationship with a nigga that don't understand how to go get it. Period. Right? Whether it's money, whether it's protection, security for the family, or whether it's to tap that ass. Like, if you don't understand, how you like to, bend a bitch over and hit it, what positions you like to put it in. Like, you got dudes who they so afraid of this Me Too shit, or this, all of this fucking consent shit. It's like they end up looking like bitches in the situation. They already in the bedroom. The bitch is trying to give them the pussy, and the niggas on some, well, would it be okay if I take off your panties and maybe what, like like, nigga, if you like, that's why I fucks with 1950, because he's always ready to choke a bitch, right? But
off top. That's a part of understanding which he is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
If you can't grab a bitch by her throat and tell her, take off the fucking panties, get on that bed, start playing with your pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, or whatever the fuck you want to tell that bitch. You understand? And at that moment, she could be that. She could be a bitch. She could be a slut. She could be a hoe. Yeah. And you could call her that. And she's looking at you pussy wet, and she's excited because you're not afraid to bring that experience to her.
That dominance.
That dominance. And not only dominance, but that I don't give a fuck because I'm about to take this fucking pussy.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck,
and even then, it's just a sense of control. Just a sense of control, Miles.
Exactly. Because remember, physically speaking, you're penetrating this person. You understand? You are consensually and respectively violating this person's body. You understand? You're using your body to penetrate and violate and infiltrate this person's body.
Yes.
You can't come in half stepping. You understand? And what I'm saying, the reason why I'm talking about this is because it starts at when she saw you walk into the room. It starts at how you look walking down the street. A lot of y'all, shout out to Steve, these surface dweller niggas is walking on eggshells at all times because they're not sure about who they are. They're not sure about their identity. They go to their job always afraid that their boss might be looking at them type shit. Like, they live their whole life walking on eggshells. They never actually took one step in this life as a fucking man ever. And you expect a bitch to want to fuck you? I'm sorry, bro. It's not happening like that. She see that you don't even know how to step in your own skin. How the fuck you gonna penetrate mine?
Now, I want to add to that, man. I want to add to that too. You really know who you are as a man if you don't shift in front of her daddy. Bro, if you don't shift in front of some dominant man in her life. I've really grabbed the throat of my woman and say, hey, I need you to go there and fix my plate. Get over there to her ear and tell her this shit. Nigga, her daddy's 3 feet away. You know what I mean? And then people be like, oh, that's disrespectful. How is it disrespectful when she's no longer yours?
Yeah, that's done.
She is mine,
bro.
And for you to move that way, like, I like if he don't want me in the presence because I'm dominating his daughter, you really should feel like you didn't raise her to be the proper woman then, because you thought you was raising her to stay away from men like me. But she is mine now. And for you not to understand that, like, I ain't gonna disrespect you, be talking sexual and all that in front of you, because I think that's a part of grown-up respect, right? Like, I'm not gonna do that to the elders.
Yeah.
But what I will tell you is that she will be sitting on my lap. She will be bringing me my oval plate. There will be times that she will be feeding me things that she wants me to eat because she know I may like it. This is the type of dominance that women want and enjoy from men. And this is why you see men, and you ever see a man just out with a woman, and even my pop's point, like, he can't handle it. He can't handle that. And we ain't even talking about what the broad looking like. We just get the aura of the bitch ass man, and this woman that he can't handle that. Because she's with him in the meanwhile. He's an in the meanwhile nigga. You know what I mean?
He's a placeholder nigga.
He's the beta in between alphas. Yo, guys, remember the phone lines are open, man. Call in 516-387-1224. Call in 516-387-1224. Phone lines are open, guys. Come on.
Let me add this in reference to the title. I'm talking about sex appeal and things of that nature. What a lot of guys don't get is that your behaviors paint a mental picture of how the woman assumes you to be or thinks you are. Right. So even when we talk about a woman desiring you sexually, in her mind, she already has this way, she already has this thought of how you're going to be sexually.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which is why she is even thinking about sex to begin with as it relates to you. The average guy, he don't know how to take a woman there mentally. You know what I'm saying? And get her thinking about those type of things. And Angry Man said earlier, it's primal. Look, when we talk about sex appeal, this shit is this raw, animalistic, primal, lustful shit. You know what I'm saying? So just to get a woman to even think about you in that way, just through a fucking conversation, do you know what kind of man you got to be? You know what kind of energy and aura you have to emanate, you know what I'm saying, for that woman to even feel you like that? And the average guy, because he's so worried about upsetting the woman,
right,
offending the woman. He's so worried about losing his place in line for the pussy. Well, if I say this, like I know Miles, he said in the intro, we don't leave pussy on the table. No, there's no such thing. I just do my thing. And the chick that's with it, I fuck with them. The ones that ain't, I just say bye to them. It's really that simple. But a lot of guys are so worried about offending women and upsetting women. And my thing is, I'm not saying go out there and be malicious. Don't go out there and just be an ass just to be an ass, but go out there and do you and be you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you guys, having a dominant, masculine, assertive personality where you just tell women what you want them to do. You don't ask. You just tell them. Going back to the whole bedroom thing, you don't ask a chick, would you mind getting on all fours? No, you grab her, snatch her up, and just toss her there. And you just put her there. You know what I'm saying? You don't say shit. You know what I'm saying? And if her legs ain't spread wide enough, you hit them apart with your hands. Spread them fucking legs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like that. It ain't hard.
Man, you shut up with this stupid ass shit. Ain't no fucking consequences, bitch. See, here's the problem. Here's the problem. The problem is that I asked a question earlier this week about these guys. Who are you talking to? Because most of you motherfuckers are you just talking to makeup, weave, eyeliner, fake eyes, and fake nails. You ain't even talking to the core motherfucking woman, because most of you motherfuckers, sex appeal is being able to talk to a woman through your core to drive her to see her core, which is something that she doesn't even know she has. And most of these guys out there, you don't even know why it is you're doing what you're doing. And sex appeal is not just knowing the why, but not having to explain yourself to the woman. She should already know what you are, because you don't operate like everybody else, because you are strong enough to defend your position. You're strong enough to stand on your position. You're strong enough to express your position. And like I said before, you're strong enough to walk away. Most of these guys out here don't have it in them to even talk to a woman, like 50 was saying, like Angry Man saying, pull a motherfucker outside and beating his motherfucking ass. See, a lot of these people out here think that, you know what? No, let's be nice. Let's have kumbaya time. Let's hold hands. Let's try to work things out. No, fuck, we ain't working shit out. You either gonna do what the fuck I say, or I'm gonna dismiss your motherfucking ass. And you know what? Here's the cool thing about it. These men on this panel, they don't have to say that shit because every woman knows what the fuck is gonna happen if they try these men.
Exactly. It's crazy. It's crazy what doesn't need to be said when you move a certain way. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of motherfuckers don't understand. That's why it's we on this YouTube shit, and all of us talk a lot. All of us are long-winded to some extent and to some characteristic. But it's like it's what you choose to talk about. You understand? It's what you choose to talk about. But at the end of the day, it's certain motherfuckers who, when you hear them talking, they talking loud and ain't saying nothing because they're saying shit that if you a man about your shit and if you move a certain way, it's certain things you don't need to say. You understand what I'm saying? So when you hear certain niggas talk and you get that little ringing in your ear, like a nigga sound like a little fucking chihuahua, because like small dogs, they love to bark like a lot because their small stature puts them in a space where they're afraid of afraid of somebody stepping on them, not seeing them and shit because they so fucking small. So when you hear certain niggas like giving that bravado off, you could already sense the fear in them. You understand what I'm saying? But true dudes, that whole gangsters move in silence and things like that. It's like, we talk, but there's a lot of shit we don't say. There's a whole lot of shit we don't say. And the reason why it's not said is because it doesn't need to be said. You understand? Because when you look at how a nigga move, when you look at how a certain person move, that's a part of I start speaking before I open my mouth. And that's the type of shit that a lot of cats don't understand, especially when it comes to, being sexually appealing to the woman. You understand? Because they know they weak, they got to go up to the girl and be like, hey, girl, hey, I don't know if y'all remember the fucking Busta Rhymes album when the fucking dude was like, hey, girl, I got 2 helicopters and I have 3 lawyers watching my money and I got 2 other lawyers to watch the first 2. And the bitch in the intro, in the skit, she was like, God, why don't you shut the fuck up? I don't give a fuck about all that. I don't know if anybody know what the fuck I'm talking about.
No, I know what you're talking about.
You remember what I'm talking about. So he was trying to impress the bitch, and you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, it was the intro for the song, Give Me Some More. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, fuck all that. If you want to get with me, you got to give me some more. And he was like, damn, there ain't no more. You understand? Because he talked about his money, his cars, his house, his lawyers. And she was like, I need more than that. And that's what I'm talking about. What the basic idea of the skit was that a woman needs character. She needs individuality.
Give me you. Give me you.
Yeah,
that's what a lot of guys don't get.
She needs to know why you different from the other nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cause all of us, basically got dicks. All of us basically got man parts and all this and all that. Yeah. But what sets you apart though? What sets you apart? Why would I spend the time to be intimate with you? What's gonna make you different from the other dudes? You understand? And again, like we said earlier, most of these dudes, they're too busy trying to fit in instead of stand out. And that's because it's so easy to fit in. It's so easy because these dudes are weak, man.
See, a lot of these dudes never own dogs. Now, the reason why I say that is because there's a lot you can learn from owning a dog, because a dog has he has that raw primal animal thing going on. It's that animal thing, right? And every once in a while, when you own a dog, he's gonna try you, right? And he can sense whether or not you're afraid of him, and he'll capitalize on it. Like but what you learn with him is that when you're not afraid of them and they try you, it's that little moment where you stare at them. And what happens is they realize what you're doing. And then they start growling and shit. And you just maintain your position. And before you know it, they'll stop. Like they'll be growling like, and then all of a sudden they'll lick out, and then they'll turn around and they'll start looking the other way. Because they know, okay, he ain't buying this shit. Let me chill out before he come over here and fuck me up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's funny because most guys, they don't really understand. It's not something that you really think about. It's an instinct thing.
Right.
And I've tried to explain to these dudes. Like I was having a discussion on one panel, and I told the dudes, I said, you know, they were talking about women and things of that nature and dating or whatever, and talking about how women of today are different. You know the fucking argument. Right? So I said, bro, all you got to do is make sure you got a fresh cut, make sure you're well groomed, make sure you got on some fly gear, and all you got to do is walk outside. Some woman is going to give you attention.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? What you do from there is a whole other thing. Then you got to go into, you know, your personality and what you got going on. And when I said that, dudes thought it was the most ridiculous thing anybody's ever said. And I'm like, you Negroes act like being able to pull a bitch is a superpower.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And it's not. It's not. It's one of the simplest things you could do, like especially in this day and age.
Right.
In this day and age, you could walk outside, slip on a banana peel, and land in some pussy. Like it is not that freaking difficult, but they're so far gone because they have moved so far away from masculinity. They don't even do what guys do. You know, they don't do none of the normal things that guys have traditionally done. You know, these motherfuckers, that's why I brought up the dogs. You got a lot of cat owning motherfucking dudes.
Yeah.
Like
I
see one right now.
Shit.
Yeah. I see a pussy owner I see a cat owner right now. Gatecrasher X. He says people too worried about sex. Motherfucker, that's the title of the show. Don't watch it if you don't like it.
Yeah.
I hate when you contrarians get in the comments section. You see the title of the show. If you're not feeling the title of the show, don't watch the shit.
Right.
Yeah, because here's the thing, man. This is some really weird shit to me, bro. Because you know, I grew up around men.
Yeah,
I grew up around men who function like men. Mm-hmm. And you get to talking that goofy shit around them, you know, they're not even going to argue with you. They're just going to get this look on their face of confusion.
Right.
And Angry Man, real quick question for you. When you're around all those men, how many times did you hear, I'm sorry, or I apologize? Nigga, never.
You know what I've heard?
Never.
You know what I've heard? Because when you're young, sometimes you slip up and you do something goofy, or somebody around you slips up and do something goofy because you know you also grow up around women and you get some of that bullshit in you, and you get around them older men and you say something goofy or do something goofy, they're gonna be like, and shut your bitch ass up or sit your stupid ass down somewhere. Like you're gonna get that punch in the chest, as Steve would say. And you're gonna tighten up because you don't want to, because when they say it, the rest of the guys that's your age, they're gonna laugh at it, you know, and that's a good thing because it trains you to get that bitch assness out of you. You know, but these dudes nowadays, they don't have that. Nobody's extracting that bitch assness out of them. You know what I'm saying?
That's a DNA now. I was watching this show. It's called Married at First Sight. Like these motherfuckers. So the concept of it is that we got a whole lot of bitch ass men that said, you know, I'm just done with the dating market. I just want to be married. And so motherfuckers just walk to the altar with a bitch they ain't never seen, never talked to, never nothing, but give this bitch your last name. You don't give a fuck about yourself this much. But anyways, the type of men that's on this show, you see why they struggle.
Right.
You see why they can't get a woman to be into them and so into them that she wants to involve her whole life existence into him. There is men Like I was sitting there and I was watching. It was this one man, and he was at the table, and he feels like he can't say anything to her without taking accountability for something he previously did. So in the moment, he's saying, I feel like I have to take accountability for what I've done in order for her to listen to what she's doing. So this is what the fuck is going on. I want y'all to watch this show, bro, because this is nothing but content, bro. I'm telling you, like this is a show full of males,
right,
that feel like that women validate them in every area. And then even the psychologist is on the show. They ought to be ashamed of themselves, because there's actually one cat on there that was like, oh no, I need her to cook clean. I need her to because her cook game is garbage right now. So I don't know if we're gonna be together. It was like, how shallow is that? So yeah, exactly. So he stood up and he was like, well, look, this is my preference. So whether you understand it or not, this is what I believe in. He's still a bitch ass nigga for being on the show. But what I felt like at that moment, he finally, the light bulb went off in his head saying, you know what, this is my preference, right? Now the woman, I will give her some credit. She was like, I'm gonna do everything I can to meet his needs as a man of my life, because I think any man of my life needs to be treated in this way, because I think a woman's obligation in life is to help a man with his legacy. She said this on national TV.
Nice.
And you see, what I saw was, because I seen it on Twitter too, was like a whole bunch of, of course, the minions and the white knights and the women was in there saying, I can't believe that she allowed this man to come in her life and tell her what she can't do. That's a red flag. I want you guys to really understand this, right? There are two type of men, and there are about 50 million type of women, right? But there's only two type of men. There is either weak man or strong man. And there's no fucking gray area in the middle. So what I can tell you is, you can find out about a vaginal speaking man when you talk to him. You can hear a lot of things, but you start asking some questions, he may stay stronger around a bunch of men. But soon as you bring a broad into the equation, when a broad is on in a group of men in a setting, watch how he moves. If he gets timid, if he's not talking as strong, because like with y'all, like I don't change who I am in front of broad. Shout out to Miles too on the podcast, man. I just seen what you was on, man, with them women, man. Miles didn't change. Miles was Miles on this motherfucking show. You know what I mean? He didn't change. It didn't give a fuck what women was around. None of them changed. And I was proud to see it, because I knew that was him anyway. But I'm just saying, in general, it's proud to display it, because most weak men change around women. And like Angry Man said earlier, there are the men that will be raw with women, but when they get with a man that's going to match that energy, you can see the bitch assness in them, because they won't match that.
Right. Now, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I would love to, watch a couple episodes of that show, Mr. 1950, but I actually like my TV. And 9 times out of 10, I probably will end up like throwing something at the TV.
Man, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that shit sounds frustrating. He just explaining it is frustrating.
Yeah, it's called Married at First Sight, bro. Like, it's wild. It's in the 12th season, bro. And then at the end of 6 weeks, you pick if you want to stay with this woman or not. 90% of these motherfuckers don't stay together. But I mean, at the end of the day, for you to give your legacy up to a bitch that ain't earned shit, that for me off top,
yeah,
I don't understand why you're there. And then most of the men, when they announce it to the family, because they announce to their family, it's like a surprise thing. I just want to let you guys know I'm getting married in 3 weeks. And these motherfuckers' families are celebrating. You see bitch ass men around celebrating with them and shit. I just slapped the dog. The camera would have had to switch. Like if I'm in your family, just know that I'm gonna hold you to the standard of this family. I'm gonna strike your face down at that moment that you fucking announced that your motherfucking ass is getting married in 2 weeks. I'm like, what's the bitch name? Oh, I haven't met her yet, but they said she's nice. You bitch.
Bro.
This is what I'm saying, bro.
What's that show? I think it's Couples Retreat, where you have these hip hop motherfuckers. They go in hip hop couples camp or some shit like that. I don't know the name of it, but
marriage boot camp.
Oh my god!
They had my nigga Styles P on there, and I'm like, what?
Styles was on there?
Yeah, Styles was on there.
Oh, that fucked me up because I seen Ghostface on there. That's one of my other ones, dude.
So, bro, if when I saw Styles, it fucked me up. So I said, you know what? I got to see and make sure he represents, right? So I'm watching it, and they got Michael Blackson on there, the comedian, Michael Blackson.
And he's just on there for laughs.
And he's on there, but he's on there talking about how he has an open relationship, and he has all these women. So his woman is complaining, you know, because they are all at a table eating dinner and shit. His woman is complaining about him having all these women. The host is complaining, like, man, you know, she don't want you to do that, so why don't you listen? These bitch ass niggas is like, yeah, man, you kind of hurting her a little bit. I'm like, all these niggas here. I'm like, but that's what he wants. He wants that. See, this is what guys got to understand. See, guys are so worried about they sacrifice what they want in favor or in lieu of the woman not being upset at them. And as a man, you go out in the world and you get what you want, and you only fuck with chicks that's about that. You don't sit there and switch up and do shit at the behest of the woman so she's cool with what you're doing. No, you do you. And if the chick ain't with it, tell her bye. This is what I'm doing. Either you with this or you're not. The problem with the average guy is they got it twisted. When you go out in the world and you meet these women should be trying to be a part of your life. They should be trying to assimilate to what you got going on. The problem with the average guy is you got women out here, like a lot of these niggas is toothless German shepherds. They are removing your teeth. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're doing. Right. And my thing is, that's not how men move, but y'all got that, man.
Yeah, they see, and look, I broke this down. I said, I did this video a while back. I told dudes, I say, y'all a bunch of domesticated dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like you're the dog that, you know, your woman has basically socialized you to function a certain way. Like, you know, you go on the paper, you know, you got took down there and neutered. You know, your ass, you know, you're only allowed to play at the dog park with the other freaking domesticated dogs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I said, but if you a real dude, you're not a dog. You're his ancestor. You're a wolf. You can't domesticate a wolf.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? While you in the damn house, in the damn crate and shit, you know, your man cave, you in the crate, we out here running and howling at the damn moon and shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, these dudes are broken, and it's sad. It's sad to listen to them talk. It's like, yo, I can't name how many times I hear dudes on TV or dudes on YouTube, and, you know, I just be sitting there listening to them, and I'd be like, man, won't you shut your bitch ass up? Like, just shut up. Just stop talking, because you're just making it worse. And look, here's the funny thing. The funny thing is women are so freaking, women are funny because they'll listen to a guy talk all of that shit and they'll fucking agree with it, knowing they can't stand men like that. Right. They'll sit there and agree with it, knowing, like, they'll sit there and be like, yeah, you know, I can't, yeah, that's actually, you're actually a good man. Whole time in their mind, they thinking, I would never get this dude no pussy. That's and dudes be sitting there thinking that they winning by catering to that bullshit instead of, you know, it's kind of like this story I heard a dude tell where he said, you know, women run around saying they want sensitive men. You know, they want men that, like, if you ask your mother, you know, what do women want? Your mother's gonna tell you, oh, well, she wants a man that's, you know, sensitive. She wants a man that's in touch with his feelings, all of this bullshit. But what she's not going to tell you is the reason that she liked your father And the reason you were even conceived is because she seen him kick somebody's ass in a bar, and later on that night they had sex in the car, and that's how your ass was conceived. Like it's really goofy. Like dudes don't get it. Like women only want a certain type of dude, and I don't mean when it comes to the way you dress, you know, the amount of money you got is something primal. And the problem with today is so many dudes have gotten so far away from that damn primal instinct that they're like a fucking lion that doesn't know how to hunt. No, better yet, they're like a lion that doesn't want to tackle a gazelle because they're afraid they're gonna offend the fucking gazelle.
Facts, man. Yep.
You have it. So the call-in lines is open. I don't know why y'all scared today, but the call-in lines
scared
open.
today.
It's good. 516-387-1224, guys. 516-387-1224. Lines are open. I just checked it myself, so lines are open.
I don't want no parts of this conversation.
Man.
We scared.
Y'all got any questions, guys, for the Q&A?
So some chick put a comment. She said, "We want a Russell Wilson." No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Unless you're older and you're looking for a retirement plan, then maybe so. But no, you don't. Not really. No, you don't.
Let me tell you something. If any of you chicks can honestly tell me that you see a picture of Russell sitting there with that 1980s Jerry curl and that goofy ass look of uncertainty on his face, if you're telling me that gets you wet, I would laugh my ass off.
You talking about Russell Wilson?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times too, like what they don't understand about Russell Wilson is that he's the type that they'll be around right now. When his career is over, all of a sudden it's a dramatic divorce, right? Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, you know, she wants half of this, half of that, and then you find out who she was really being with. She was being choked by somebody. You know what I mean? and I'm gonna leave that out there in the atmosphere because I'm telling you right now, we don't understand that some men are transitional men,
right?
Just like some women are transitional women. You know, like my dad always said, man, if I'm ever broken poor, drop me off at the club, I'll be all right, right? Because he knows that, okay, well, I'm gonna mac one of these little chicks, I'll be with her for a little bit, but I'm one good check away from being back. You know what I mean? Like that's the mentality of it. So that's the same for a woman. If you look at Sierra's career, her career was floundering. It's going underwater, right?
Right.
And so what I'm saying to you is that his career was what? Elevating. So you got to know that a good business person to say, okay, well, let's try to make this work. And then once you see it work, it's in a development stage. So once that career ends, once the hype of that is all over, then you're going to start seeing breaking news from the shade room, troubles in paradise. I'm letting y'all know, man.
Look, let me say this.
We got calls whenever you're ready.
Russell Wilson listens to Kenny G albums. Russell Wilson lays on his stomach on the floor reading Sports Illustrated while he's kicking his feet. You feel me? Russell Wilson is the type of dude Sierra could have a sleepover over with her homegirls, and he's like, I'll pop the popcorn. That's Russell Wilson.
That's crazy.
Let's see if we got a call, man.
All right, y'all ready? Yeah. All right, 718-718. You're on live with the Real Game No Theory panel. What's up, 718?
Is that me?
Yeah, 718-807. What's up?
Yeah, that's it. What's up? Listen, guys, I love the show. I'm listening. I just tuned in. And I don't know who said this, but this is 100% correct. Women have a certain type of person that they're attracted to. It's a nature thing. It's a primal thing. And this is what it is. I feel like society and the media wants to emasculate the regular man, the masculine man, and try to demean them and make them into effeminate people. And so that confuses men today because, it's not looking good for us right now.
Wait, you feel, and it's not looking good for you right now. What the fuck you talking about? I mean,
no. Don't talk to me, fam. Don't talk to me like that.
No. I'm not the one that's saying I feel, and I'm not the one.
No.
I'm not the one saying listen to other men and shit like that. What the fuck do you feel? Fuck your fucking feelings of what you feel, because it ain't hard for us. It's hard for you weak motherfuckers like you, because men don't talk that way. Men don't say shit like it's
whoa. Where are you coming with this, Sam? I'm just saying it ain't you targeting me. I'm saying
I'm not trying to get in you. I'm trying to correct your fucking ass. Don't act like you around wolves and shit when you a duck. You just said the word. It's hard out there. Men don't talk that way.
Whoa.
I'm just saying.
You don't have to talk.
What is your fucking question? We don't want to hear you run your mouth. What is your fucking question?
No.
Move on. What is your question,
I don't have no question. I was
you won't have your shit because a man don't talk like.
I don't need no question.
What man on this panel?
I'm a fan with it.
What man on this motherfucking panel says I listen to other men, motherfucker? What man on this panel says that oh boo hoo? I feel that it's hard for me. Man, hang up on this bitch. Goddamn ass up.
Yo, son. Wow.
This is the problem with these motherfuckers out here. They want to come in here, they think they cool, and they want to hang at the cool table, but they show their ass. Listen, everybody. Listen to what that dweller said. He listens to other men and worry about other men. These guys on this panel don't give a fuck about other men.
And let me tell you something really quick, Steve.
Yeah.
And also, too, just the reaction on this panel. Did you see how any of us reacted? We didn't react to how this nigga Steve was getting in on him. That's just regular man talk. See, most of y'all other men will react the other way. Did he have to say it that way? Why did he talk to him like that? He's so disrespectful. See, because you've been taught to believe that men are not supposed to speak to other men like that. Right. You've been taught to believe that. Now, I didn't see anything wrong, and that's what took the guy back on the phone. He was like, wow, what's going on? I can't believe he's coming at me like this.
It's too much assertiveness. He's too assertive.
You've never been checked. Like, I've been checked. Like, let me tell you, even, bless her heart, even by my grandmother in public, slapped me backwards in his grocery store and dared me to get up.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Like, this is the type of, but my grandfather was just as, like, if my grandfather was there, he'd have punched me. So she was just following through on what he wants out of his grandkids. Right. So what I'm saying to you is there's a way of doing things, and toughness is what they're trying to take away from y'all. Listen to how men speak. Like, a lot of men have problems with that.
Yeah,
they don't like to be spoke to away.
It's that passive language.
I remember running into the house. Because I got punched in my nose when I was like, I think I was like 7 years old. My nose was bleeding. Dude, another little kid punched me in my shit, bust my shit up. My shit was trickling. Feel me? Ran in the house to my grandmother. You know, and 50 Cent, he actually has a lyric that's similar to this. So as soon as I heard it, it just hit close to home. He said, got beat up, ran in the house. Grandma said, put a battery in a sock, go pick up a rock. You ain't a chump. You want your grandma to think you a punk? And I literally went through that because I ran in there and I told my grandmother, this kid punched me in my nose. She was like, well, go back out there and punch him in his nose.
Exactly.
Sent me back out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, sent me back out there with the wolves and the savages. You feel what I'm saying? Don't come back until you go get yours, right? Went back out there, punched him in his shit, and guess what? He took off running crying. It was a valuable lesson because when he did it, it scared me. You know what I'm saying? So I had this whole thing going in my head where I'm thinking, you know, I'm afraid, but I was forced to face that fear and realize it wasn't nothing to be afraid of because he was a punk himself. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of dudes don't have that. So what happens is that trauma happens and then they run through life afraid of everybody because they're afraid they're gonna get punched in the face and shit.
Right.
Let me give you a small story too. With my pops, I remember I came home same type of deal. This is when Nintendo games was in, right? So I was trading with these kids or whatever in the neighborhood, and they had took one of my Nintendo games, and then I had one of his friends' Nintendo game, and I wasn't giving it back. That was my way of like, nah, these cats was bigger than me, whatever. So they didn't get my Nintendo game back. So them cats showed up to my house, like them. It was like 5 or 6 deep. They didn't care, they come into the house. So they came to the house. I think I was like 12 or somewhere around there. I don't know, 11, 12. And I'll never forget. I'll never forget that when I went in the house, I told Pop, I got brothers and everything, cousins, they all in the house. So I'm thinking we about to go out there and just whoop ass, right? We about to all go outside, whoop ass. So of course, they was ready. All like, oh, we gonna go get this. So we about to go outside. My dad's like, ho. I don't want none of y'all go outside. My dad came to me. He said, look here. How many out there? I said, it's 5 of them. He said, okay, I want you to go out there. And soon as you see the one with your game, I want you to punch him right in the mouth. But this is what I'm going to set you up for success. I want you to get these keys. I want you to put them inside your hands. And that's when I first learned to put the keys in my knuckles. I ain't got no keys here. But I want you to bust him in his face, and I want you to bust him wide open. And anybody to try to jump in, I want you to start banging on every one of them, right? So I went outside. I did exactly what happened. I got whooped on for a couple minutes. But then that dude that had my game, I know I banged him up several, right? Then my cousins came out, and they started whooping ass. But the thing is that what he tried to tell me was, because, later on I asked him why, because, at that moment I didn't think why. But he said, look, there's gonna be time when you're gonna be by yourself, man. You gotta defend yourself.
Thanks.
Well, and what if somebody come to your door, it's 5 or 6 deep, and you're in there with your family? What you gonna do? You gonna just let these guys come in and take advantage of what you got going on, or you gonna go out there and fight? He said, man, you die on your feet. You don't live on your knees. And so you go out there and you bang on these cats to make sure they respect you. So ever since then, everybody knew I'm going to whoop your motherfucking ass. Regardless of what it was, I was known to be either you going to whoop my ass, and then every time I see you is on site, because I ain't no loser. I'm going to win one of these.
Do you know
I'm going to get a hold of you.
Do you know how many fights I got into over Nintendo?
Oh yeah,
we got like 4 calls in the queue.
Oh my bad, man. My bad. We over here talking man shit.
He's just getting all fucking nostalgic and shit.
Yeah, niggas are
man shit.
Anyway, 678. You are live with the Real Game No Theory panel. What's up, 678? What up?
What's going on, Real Game No Theory? How y'all doing?
Chilling, man.
What's going on with you, brother?
All right, man. So, one thing that kind of pissed me off about the RP content is I feel like they feed off of a bunch of hatred. You know what I'm saying? They take advantage of a lot of situations that go on, and they don't really get into too much solutions. So I was searching around for people who, stray away from that and go more towards the truth. And I found you guys. I'm a bit confused because I see some of y'all go on their podcasts and their events and stuff, and I'm trying to figure out where is it that you guys really stand.
Well, sir, wait, sir. So let me say something. Sir, let me say something to you real quick. The problem is you're asking the question and you're worrying about things that are beyond your mindset and your thought. He's not, the people that go on to those things are trying to help and free those that don't understand. And see, a man is going to go in the cave. A man is going to go in the lion's den. A man is going to go against the bullet. So the way you're looking at it is, well, if you're all about this, why are you over there? Because as a man, like 1950 just said, he dies on his feet, and he is strong enough, just like with Miles. Like we love Miles for what he was saying on that other podcast, because Miles is Miles regardless of where fuck Miles is at, and all these men.
Lucario too, yeah.
All these Lucario, all these guys. So what you're looking at is, well, if they're wrong, why would you go over there? Because a man has to shed light in darkness. So it is up to us to go into the cave to be able to show some of those young boys there's a different way of thinking, sir. Y'all got it, guys.
So wait a minute. Let me try to understand this. So the only place a man can go is where everybody agrees with him?
Yeah.
I don't get this. Like, what?
That's not what I'm saying at all.
All right, so what are you saying, caller? What are you saying?
The main thing that I wanted to figure out is what you guys identify as, so that I know.
If you can't understand what the fuck we identify as, hang the phone up.
So I'll tell him right there. So I identify as a very unique man. And the reason why I put unique is because there's no one like me. I'm my own person. I'm my own guy. I'm in my own lane. I think we talked about this before, but I just wanted to tell you that because I want you to understand that that's how it's been intended from the beginning of time. The unfortunate thing is men believe they're pack animals, but we're not actually pack animals. We're actually solo individuals. We create our own colonies. We create our own areas of living. And people believe that men are pack animals. So what they do is they believe men pack up together and they believe in the same thing in order to move together. But to be honest with you, there's always a patriarch amongst men. Real men try to we try to dominate each other in one way or the other. It may not be physically, but it's going to be a tussle mentally. Now we can be around other guys like us, but we can't be around each other long because it's going to be a tussle.
That's a fact.
There's going to be a situation that may jump off because of who we are as individuals. We stand on that so strongly. We may disagree and something may happen. That's why we cool. But we got to go to our different corners because if we don't, shit's going to jump off because we believe in what we believe in. Right. It ain't got nothing to do with what you got to believe in or what these other people got to believe in. I can sit and talk to them, but eventually I'm going to squab with them too.
You know where I stand. I'm going to tell this dude what I stand for. At some point, a very long time ago, there was a mean ass bastard that looked just like me. It was a fucking Viking. You know what that motherfucker loved to do? He loved to kick ass and take motherfucking names. That's my position. And I know it to be true because you know there's a rage inside of me, you know, that I can't explain. You feel me? Like I've bumped my toe on the damn coffee table before, and it hurt so bad that I wish the coffee table was alive so I could inflict pain on it. You understand? So, you know, and it doesn't go anywhere. It's just there. You feel me? So when I hear dudes saying bitch ass shit, like men go wherever the fuck they want to go.
Yeah.
And they go there. Look, nobody's going to admit this, but I'll admit it. Okay, when you see men going on to shows and going to events, and men have agendas. Men do things for the glory of themselves and what they fucking believe in.
Agreed.
Okay?
Agreed.
The problem and the reason why you guys sit back and you look and you say, well, why is this one over there with that one? And why is this one? The reason why you think that way is because you're a fucking follower.
Mm-hmm.
And it's confusing you because you're trying to figure out who to follow. But see, if you was a fucking man, first of all, you wouldn't give a shit what other men are doing.
Thank you.
Because your motherfucking ass would have your own agenda. If you see these group of men and you don't agree with that, it's like, oh, they talking about that. You know, some of the things they said was cool, but I don't agree with that part. Over here, these guys, yeah, they say some stuff. I actually agree more with them. That doesn't mean now you got to be a disciple of them. It just means you agree with what the fuck they said. Why y'all don't know how to be your own fucking men and hold your own fucking nuts, man?
Thanks.
Yeah,
like I swear to God, man, I wish we lived in a time. I wish we lived in a time.
Wait. Instead of
Hold on, bro. Hold on.
I got a question about that.
Listen, quiet. Question, caller.
So, let me get this straight.
Caller, can you please just shut the fuck up, please? Where men are talking. That's your problem. You asking a question. We don't need to hear you. You need to hear us to understand things. All right, big dog? So can you let Angry Man finish, please?
I I wish not. Let him ask his question, because like I wish we lived in
Hey, I'm on one. He on one right now. And shit.
Bruh,
Caller, go ahead. Caller, go ahead.
question, man.
Here's the question. As a follower, right? Because you just established that I'm a follower, right?
I can already tell this is about to be some bitch ass shit.
For a consistent leader to follow, why the fuck would I want a leader that's inconsistent?
All right, sir.
Consistent as far as what? What the fuck are you talking? You know what?
Just doing opposite shit.
I mean, a man is okay. Caller, dweller. Listen to me. Let me say something. Have you ever seen caller? Let me ask you a question. Caller.
That's what this whole
series is about, right? Caller, will you shut the fuck up, please? I'm asking you a question. Have you ever seen American Idol or Shark Tank? Yes or no? Just say yes or no. Have you ever seen American Idol or Shark Tank, sir?
Yes.
Have you? Okay. Now, what you'll see is a panel. These things they're just alike. They got a panel of soft motherfuckers, but only one man on the panel. And whoever goes on that show does not give a fuck with all the soft motherfuckers. They don't give a fuck about Paula, Randy. They don't give a fuck about all those guys on the Shark Tank. What they care about is what Mr. Wonderful thinks and what Simon Cowell thinks, because they're going to keep it a buck, because those two motherfuckers don't give a fuck what those people say. But they are there to bring balance to something that's imbalance, young man. And that's what Angry Man's trying to get you to see, but you don't see it because you're looking at why is he there versus I see what men do. Men can go anywhere, anytime, anywhere. And you can't see that shit because you need to take your panties off and think for a second and learn versus give us what the fuck you think, because we don't give a fuck what you think.
You know what he's like. You know what he's like. I'm gonna tell you what he's like. He's like the guy.
Mute him, Amal.
Like the fucking guy. He's like the fucking guy. You ever watch these movies or these TV shows where it's medieval times and they have a fucking king, and you know the king might meet with somebody that's a rival and shit, you know, to negotiate some sort of peace. He's that fucking guy that's in the crowd like, why should we follow him? Look at him. He's meeting with this person and talking with this person. Right. And then he goes around spreading that bullshit, creating dissension. Right. It's like, motherfucker, it ain't. Did you ever think that maybe because of the fact that you've established that you're a follower, the reason you're a follower is because you do not have the mind of men who are leaders. So you can't understand or comprehend what other motherfuckers is doing.
Right. Yeah. Look, I just want to say something. Since I am the motherfucker that he's talking about, right? Let me just say something. You have to understand that the reason why I can go wherever the fuck I want to go, and be at events where whoever is there, I can be there too, is because I've carved out my own fucking identity. You know
That's it right there.
That's it right there. Because the first thing 50 said, well, he's like, yo, I see you on that, on that clip or whatever. You was like, Miles was Miles. Like, I recognized that it was him early. Miles is exactly the same wherever the fuck he go.
Didn't matter.
You understand? So that's exactly why I could go where I want, do what I want, because I am who I am and I'm fulfilling my agenda. I know why I'm there.
Yes.
I know exactly why I'm there.
The perfect example of that is a show called The Last Kingdom.
Yes.
Uhtred,
yes,
was a Saxon, but raised by Danes. No matter which side he decided to be on, he was respected by both sides. Problem with dudes is they do not understand the concept of what Miles just said, which is carving out your own identity.
It's perfectly put.
you're respected by friend or foe. You feel me? Because look, here's the thing. If you go to an event, right? If the dude says that, I like what you guys are doing, I like what you guys are talking about, but then you go to an event in order to promote whatever it is you're promoting or to be part of a panel or whatever. So if you don't agree with one of the guys on the panel, now all of a sudden you don't like the guy that you said you liked before. That means you didn't like him in the first goddamn place.
Yeah.
That's why y'all don't understand your damn women. When when somebody says to me, like, yo, what happens if your woman cheats on you? I say she was never your woman in the first place.
Ever.
Oh,
Ever.
Right.
She was never mine.
Let me get this nigga the last word and then see what happens.
Oh, shit.
Call. I'm gonna give you the last word, man. Go ahead. Call it. Going once. All right, he out of there. Fuck
He unsubscribed.
Let me say this.
He unsubscribed.
What happened is when you said what you said, AM, and when Miles said what he said, he realized I look like a bitch right now.
Facts.
Let me just hang up because I already look like my fallopian tubes is hanging out. You know what I'm saying? Let me just hang up right now.
You know what it is too, though. Real talk. What Miles is saying though too is carving your own identity. See, what they don't understand either is that we can go into the spaces. We're gonna maintain that respect, but what we're really trying to do is change the philosophy of your thinking because we know there's some kinks in it,
right?
And so all we're trying to do is help you get to that other side so you can understand. See, so like all of us here, we don't all agree on everything,
right?
But we have respect amongst each other because we know individually you have a respect amongst themselves. Like this is why Steve, I think, is hated a lot too. Angry Man too. But I think Steve is hated a lot because Steve, it don't matter where he's at, he's gonna cut somebody out, and it don't matter what panel. It could be an all nun panel.
Right.
And he's cussing the nuns out because they said something wrong. Right. So you can know that Steve is going to maintain who Steve is anywhere. Angry Man too. I've seen him on some stuff, man. Like he goes in. I remember one time, I think him and Steve was on one show and it was some woman. I'm not going to name none of these people's name, but I remember some woman on there and the host could not control the woman that was on the panel, but trying to control the men. And I remember Angry Man kept telling like, hey, control this woman before I do. Like, this is what I'm saying. And I remember that moment. I think I told you about it, Steve, but I remember that time and that moment. And I was like, yo, so this is what we're talking about.
I had to do it last night. I was on a panel and there was a woman up there. And I told her straight up she was engaging in bimbo babble. And she got mad and like she was, every once in a while I'd be talking and she would talk over me and guys wouldn't say anything. And if I interjected and talked over her, hey, come on, Angry Man, let her speak. I told him, I said, bro, I forgot the dude's name, but I wouldn't even say his name anyway. I said, bro, stop doing that shit.
Right.
And he said, what? I said, bro, every fucking time I interject, you're trying to correct me. But when this broad does that, you don't say nothing. I said, I'm gonna need you to take your simp uniform and put it in the damn closet and stop trying to save everybody. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, let us have this conversation. Stop trying to police the men. Because if you ain't gonna check this broad, you damn sure ain't gonna check me.
Right. Ever.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the shit that goes on, bro.
832.
I know we got calls. Go ahead.
Yeah, 832. You on live with a Real Game No Theory No Theory panel, man. What's up with you? 832. What's up?
Hey, yo, man. Salute to everybody, man. What's up? Listen, right now, I'm finna say this. It's cool. I understand how society is. I understand the nature of women. But as far as you guys go, man, we got to realize anybody who's a Gen X, right? I'm going to assume everybody up here is. Dog, we done all simps. We done all did bullshit.
Hold on.
Bro, what's your
you
point?
said we done all what?
We have everybody, including myself. If you a Gen Xer, because we grew up in it, y'all don't know him, bro. Come
So
on.
that's what I said, man. I said, man, like I left 2 Kool-Aid packages over this broad house. This was like early 2002. You right, man. And then I drunk some of the Kool-Aid and didn't bring the other packets with me. So you know what? You're dead right.
What's your point,
right.
though? What's your point?
Yeah, caller. What's your question? What's your question, caller?
No. What my point is like you can get on younger guys all the time. I mean, you got to realize this. Yeah, a lot of these guys, a lot of people have grown up without actual people to look up to or people to guide them along life or whatnot. So you can get a guy who's 23, 24, 25 who comes up and gives all these stories or whatnot, and you guys just shit on them like.
Oh, so that's your point. You one of them bitch ass niggas. Okay, now I get it. Now I get it. So,
bro,
you're here to be the guiding light for those niggas that act weak, and you're trying to say it's okay for niggas to act weak. And when brothers like ourselves that are older, when we try to give these niggas some fucking direction in game, you're telling us we're being too hard. Hold on. Are you telling us we're being too hard on these young niggas?
What I'm saying is, it's not cool to shit on them, bro. It's not cool.
Oh my God! So you feel for them?
Can I ask? Wait, let me ask the guy a question. Fam, can I ask you a question?
I am. Yes, you can, sir. Yes, you can. You know what this is, bro?
Who is it?
It's Laro, bro. So we can talk.
Laro.
Right.
Laro. No, I know you did not call in here with that shit, bro. Laro.
No, man. Look, y'all be
cut it out. I've heard you shit on dudes for saying goofy shit.
Bro, I've been in the trenches with these dudes, and some of these dudes don't have a way to go, bro.
This is some bullshit, Laro, because I have heard you shit on dudes that was talking stupid, man. Cut that shit out, bruh. I've heard you with my own ears.
And you know how I learned? Like I learned the hard way too, man. I got punched in my chest.
Yeah,
I got cussed the fuck out. I got told that I was weak and soft and all type of stuff from the older men. I learned the same way at a young age. So why does it change when we get older and it's time for us to teach the young kids? Why should we change what never need that was not broken? The shit worked.
Exactly.
Because you know what? We heard it face to face. We got those.
Even if we didn't, I heard it from football coaches that I barely knew. I heard it from basketball coaches that I didn't even know.
Face to face.
These cats would come up to me and be like, "Hey, bro, you out of line. Get up out the gym."
Face to face over the phone. See, here's the problem. My thing is this: if you're a young dude and you know you lacking, when you call up to a show and you speaking to men that have way more knowledge, experience, and wisdom than you, then you should be trying to learn something instead of calling up trying to talk shit and acting like you know something. See, the problem with a lot of these young ass niggas, they ain't humble enough to want to learn something. All they want to do is overtalk niggas, say shit to niggas, get into arguments with niggas because they fucking effeminate, feminine ass niggas. And all they know is how to act like they fucking single mothers and argue with niggas instead of listening.
You know what I used to say? And Laro, you didn't watch me for a while, so you know I used to say this on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I used to say on a regular basis that a lot of these men of today could benefit a great deal from an ass kicking. I've said that numerous times.
Yeah.
A lot of these dudes just need to be punched in the mouth one time, just one time, and their whole perspective on life will just change.
Yeah, and we got to get at the young. We got to get at the young generation, man. I'm sorry. I'm a guy who believes in that, and the reason why is because I know what I benefited from, right?
Right.
And you gotta understand too. Is I got young men right now that I raised. Like, you know what I mean? And is it like it's a difference, man. Like, we cannot adjust. Us older people, we can't adjust. We have to be the constant, consistent word, and we cannot change. And the reason why we won't change is because everybody around them has changed. Yeah. Like the churches in the black community, they've changed. Who would have ever thought that the voice of the black community would ever change. They would ever sell out.
Right.
They sold out. There are ATMs in the church. There are women that run all the churches now. They're not even organizing events for youth in the communities anymore. And what I'm telling you is that has changed.
They got baby mamas. They got baby mamas sitting on the front pew. Unwed mothers sitting on the front pew, man.
We cannot do that, man. We got to be the same.
Okay, so here's why I called in, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's a bunch of lost fucking men out there who, for whatever reason, their demigod has fallen. He's gone past a couple of weeks ago, and they just out here butt naked like a motherfucker, right?
You said who? What did you say? Demon God? What are you talking about?
He said they're demigod. You know you.
The dude that passed away.
Oh, okay.
They have nowhere to go, bro. Listen, man.
I don't know. What do you mean? They got us.
So
and this is what I'm saying. Like I keep like you have to understand.
Bro.
When Michael Jackson died, there was somebody else. When that person died, there was somebody else, right? But then people don't understand when Mike was living, there was somebody else. There was somebody else around. This is what I'm saying. We have to be the consistent.
Right.
We can't be that. We cannot be something we're not. I'm a strong man, and I consider myself a strong man because I'm strong in my values in my own life. And I preach. Go ahead, man.
No, I was going to say, do you realize, and I'm pretty sure every guy on this panel will agree with this, we are the last vanguard.
Yeah.
Everything else except coming here to freaking YouTube, there's nowhere else where you're going to find masculinity.
No, nowhere.
Nowhere in media, nowhere. There's nowhere. It's all done. It's desolate. It's
Old Spice commercials are funny. There's no masculinity. How is it a man deodorant? You got funny cats on the man deodorant.
And they fighting a woman over the deodorant.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, bro.
They literally fighting a woman over a man's grooming product.
I seen a Ford truck commercial where this man came home, bought his woman a truck. And he threw her the keys, and it was one. She was like, "I don't want this one. I want that one."
Talking about the color.
And when took this man's car,
took his shit,
and I was like, "You bitch ass man on national TV." He was like, "Dude, like he was just gonna let it happen."
Right.
The last manly commercial I saw was when the dude was in the shower and he was using this damn body wash, and his wife let him know it was feminine. And the dude, when he looked at it, next thing you know, he went outside. He was pulling the truck. He had a rope on the truck and he had the thing in his mouth. He was pulling it with his teeth. He was cutting the grass. Like he had built like this helmet that was like a Roman warrior helmet. Like he was drinking beers and crushing it on his head. And she was like, well, that was close. Like he was doing everything he could think of that was manly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just because he
let's run that back.
Wash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's run that back. You know what I mean?
All right, let me see. Let me get to. All right, caller. I'm gonna give you the last word, man. Cause we got a bunch of other calls.
Okay. All right.
We got a bunch of other calls.
So, all that
we rolled through.
You guys just said over the last two, with everything you guys said over the last 2 minutes. Listen, all I came up here to say is, instead of guys coming up here to get a little guidance, you shit on them. And the thing is, man, they need some fucking training.
Are we actually shitting on them, or are we actually helping them, caller? Are we, in your eyes, it's shitting on them because your level of thinking sees it as shit on? But are we actually shitting on them?
No. Okay, now Steve, let me tell you this. Stop asking the motherfuckers that hate themselves.
Wait.
I think you
He said, stop asking people do they hate themselves. That's hella funny.
But dudes really do hate themselves, though.
They fucking hate themselves, bro.
Wait, hold on, real quick. Oh, he dropped off. But I just want to add real quick. That's a very important question, man. That's not. It's
real, Miles. Niggas hate themselves. It's the
funniest shit in the world is when dudes be talking. Steve be sitting there with this look on his face, And it's like the same look that a lion has when he's getting ready to pounce or something. It's like this laser focus. It's like,
all right, hold it. So 646, you're on live with the Real Game No Theory panel. What's up? 646.
Yes. Hi, this is for Miles.
What's up?
Oh man, we might as well go to the next caller, man. Let's go to the next caller, man. This is a troll.
He's a troll. Hang up on this guy, dog.
I know I'm going to get cut off because
hang up on him. Hang up on him.
Now hold up.
Good questions.
Yo, all right, listen, we got a bunch of calls. Please ask your question. Go ahead.
All right, so my first question to Miles is that I saw you on Fresh and Fit.
What is your question? Question tells you what, where, when, how. Ask the question.
You all are very adamant
Please
about.
hang up on him.
Caller. Listen.
All right.
I need you to just ask your question. Just ask the question right now. Go ahead.
Okay. My question is, being that you are very adamant against talking about the term red pill. Red pill, you downplay it.
When was the last? Wait. Wait. First of all, I can't let you continue and say incorrect shit. When have I been adamant about the red pill? This whole fucking broadcast, I don't even use that fucking terminology. So what are you talking about that I'm so adamant against whatever the fuck you talking about? What are you talking about?
I'm trying to explain to you before you get triggered. All right, now listen.
Please get rid of this.
See, this is.
Yeah, you're right. We got too many.
I used to slap cats up like that. That's the one right there.
All right, 984. You're on live with the Real Game No Theory panel. What's up? 984. What's up?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. This is Peach Rose. I just have a question, and then I gotta head on back into work.
All right, what's up, Peach? How you doing?
But yes, is it possible for a man to teach a woman sex appeal, like the woman that they're training? Can they teach them that? Because I don't think I have sex appeal myself. So I was wondering if I got what
you know why you don't believe that? You know why you don't believe you have sex appeal? Because you never met the man that made you feel sexy.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you that because I can hear it in your voice, is that when a real man touches you, I'm telling you right now, the feeling and inside of you is going to wake up that femininity that's going to bring that out of you. Don't never believe that you don't have sex appeal. You have plenty of sex appeal. It's just the way that the man receives it.
Right.
You got me?
Caller. Do you have children?
No.
Oh, you have any kids? Okay. See, a lot of women, they just haven't been lucky enough to meet a certain type of man. You understand? A man that knows who he is, a man that knows what he likes and knows, and not only that, has a clear understanding of himself and what he likes, what he desires. And because he has a clear understanding of all those things, he also has a clear understanding of how to express it. So like Mr. 1950 says, when he touches you, when he explains certain things to you, when he might like whisper something in your ear, like, for example, let me ask you a question. Have you ever had a man tell you what to wear for a date or for a meeting between you and him?
No, never.
Yeah, exactly.
You see what I'm like me personally, if you was a woman I was dealing with, I would text you and say, hey, Thursday night, 7 p.m., show up to my crib. And I would tell you, wear something sexy, wear something delicious. And I would tell you underwear is not a requirement for tonight. You understand what I'm saying? Like things like that. So I give you an idea of what you're getting ready to fall into. So now your mind is going crazy, and then the juices start flowing, and different things start to happen to your mind. That's what happens when you start dealing with a certain type of man. And I'm kind of sorry for you, because you are the type of woman who has yet to actually encounter a man such as that. Like, and let me ask you, can I have your age?
25.
You're 25.
Oh yeah, even better. So let me say this to you too. Let me ask you this, right? So have you ever made a man's plate before?
No.
See, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna let you know right now. There are things that you can do that can create a certain level of eyebrow raising from a man. And one of them is how you cater to the men that's around you, even at events. Let's just say you was at a barbecue or something this summer, right? And let's say, there's some men there with no women. You be like, okay, so what would you want on your plate? I'm gonna come fix you a plate. Men view that as value.
Yes.
That is sex appeal. So what I'm telling you is, if you can easily, you said what?
I'm sorry, I cut you off there.
No, so what I'm saying to you is you can easily transfer that into what you're saying right now. I'm letting you know right now how to create an environment for you to be desired by a whole lot of men. You understand what I'm saying?
So it's not what you're wearing. It's like how you carry yourself around.
It's how you exactly. It's how you carry yourself. Let me just say something. A lot of women think that all these things hanging off their bodies from top to bottom. Okay, that those things they have some goodness to them too, right? But ultimately behind that, can you follow directions? Do you listen? Are you responsible? How could you add to my legacy? What value can you bring into my life? How thoughtful are you?
Right.
Do you know how to cook? Do you know how to clean? Do you know how to iron clothes? There are things that you can create for yourself to make you very, very valuable for men. And a lot of women are fighting against that right now. Right. They want you just to accept them for who they are. That's not what men want. We will never, real men don't accept, what we do is, and this is exactly what we do. You're like a transformer to us. You come to us looking one way, and then we transform you into something that we now ultimately are bringing value to our life.
Yeah, what's odd to me is how she came in respectful, asked a question, and was quiet and listened. It's very odd to see that. We don't even see that from men. These guys calling in.
Exactly.
That's crazy. Peach, you got anything else for us before we let you go?
No, that's it. I'm gonna head in back to work and listen to you guys. But I appreciate that, and I'm gonna work on that a little bit more. And what's up, Steve? But yeah, I'm gonna head on that.
All right, wait, hey, sweetheart. Listen. Before you go, listen. Something you need to understand. Masculinity and femininity is unconditional. You understand? You have a lot of women out there, and you hear it all the time, all over the internet. These women will say, "Oh, I'm not going," because Mr. 1950 just suggested that something that you could do to increase your sex appeal to men or to increase your value to men is to do something like make a plate for, a friend or an uncle or a male cousin at an event this summer, right? And the thing is, a lot of women will reject that idea because they say, well, I'm not going to make a plate for no man until he put a ring on it. Well, you have to understand that it doesn't work that way in real life. You have to be able to display valuable femininity. And that's when the man will begin to look at you a certain way. Because, see, the thing is, a man doesn't want to control you. A man wants to find a woman that looks to a man of value and wants to be controlled by him. You understand? Because we know we can't control a woman, but we also know our character. And if the woman understands our character and she wants to be controlled by that character, then everything can operate the way it's supposed to. You understand? So remember,
I've been confused because that's what the opposite is. My mom always told me, if don't do wifely duties. So if you're talking to a guy, don't do his laundry, don't cook his food, don't do none of that stuff.
She fucked you up.
Sad.
She gave
That's
you
sad.
horrible advice.
That's sad right there. It hurts. Yeah.
Let me say this right quick. And for all the women listening, so y'all can understand this. In order for a man to look at you as a girlfriend, you got to do girlfriend shit before you become one.
Facts.
In order for a man to look at you as a wife, you got to do wifely shit before he even looks at you as one. You have to showcase your abilities to be that individual. See, the problem with a lot of women is they're like, well, I don't want to do that and it don't work out and I can't get what I want. Yo, man, that's par for the course. That's just what it is. Okay, you get out there, you put your best foot forward, you showcase who the fuck you are. The men that really appreciate you the most, they'll see the value in it and they'll celebrate it. The dudes who don't see the value in it, they're going to fall by the wayside anyway. And let me just say this to what the gentleman was saying. See, a lot of women, they confuse what femininity is. Femininity is not about wearing some tight, provocative shit that make niggas want to fuck you. Femininity is your behaviors and how you carry yourself as a woman. Like
Exactly.
the young lady said right here, Michelle White, she says, my darling heart, I'm from New Orleans and of course more seasoned. We were raised to do that. It's commonplace here. It's okay to serve your man. That's what real femininity is.
Right. Exactly.
Got that, man.
Yeah. Exactly.
I appreciate you, young lady. Enjoy being choked at 25 too. It'll help you out. All right.
All right, Peach. We appreciate you for calling in. You have a good day.
See you later.
All right.
But you know what? You know what's goofy about that with these older women setting up the younger women for failure? It's like if you don't do those things, and then if you're not doing those things and you're with a guy and the woman feels like the guy is not giving her what she wants, she literally has nothing she can take away.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you have no bargaining chips on the table.
Terrible advice.
All right. 647. You're on live with the Real Game No Theory panel. What's up? 647. Hello?
She hang up? Oh, she there.
Yeah, we're here.
Came in with that soft voice and shit.
Oh, nah, it dropped. It dropped. She need to call back. All right. 224. You're on live with the Real Game No Theory panel. What's up?
Hey, how's it going? I just had one quick question. So I'm like new to the whole dating game thing, and I'm just trying to figure out, are women supposed to automatically submit to you just because of who you are? That over time, as they're realize that.
I got to call. I'm gonna stop you right there. See, this is the problem with guys, right? In the perfect world, you will have all women submitting to all men, but that's not the way it works, right? Because the average guy, so Colin, when I say the average guy, I'm talking about like 90% of men or some bitch ass dudes, right? Yeah. They just are. And what guys have to understand, whether you like it or not, women treat men differently. And they treat men differently based on the man. So a lot of guys, they tell women, oh, what do you bring to the table? I want a woman to be submissive and feminine. Okay. Are you the type of guy where a woman wants to be feminine for? Are you the type of guy where a woman wants to submit to you, be pleasant, be compliant, that type of shit? Are you the type of guy? Because the average guy, all he does is he's overly concerned about the way a woman looks. Oh, she's bad though. I don't care if she disrespect me as long as I get some pussy from it, right? The average guy is on that type of shit, right? And they pedestalize women. So if you're that type of guy, women aren't going to respect you. They just won't. Y'all got it, man.
Yeah, I don't see. It's just kind of like car insurance, right? The reason why your car insurance is so high and you didn't have any accidents is because other people have, right? So you got to understand a woman's viewpoint. There's a lot of men that don't deserve that, right? They're not put in position, to do that with those men. So when they come across a real man, they'll know automatically what to do. They'll fall in line. So a lot of the times you got to understand women are cautious,
right?
Just like men are cautious, right? So the number one thing that men are cautious about is what? When they first meet a woman is resources. Like, hold on, I ain't gonna be spending hella money on this chick. I ain't doing all, because the past, there have been a lot of women that use men for money.
Right.
So the same caution that you're having is the same caution that she's having when it comes to something that she considers sacred. You understand what I'm saying now?
Yeah, caller. Here's my concern. You said you're new to this dating thing, and that's worrying me because I don't hear I'm trying to learn how to be a man. This dating thing. We just talk about dating. These women are not special. They're perks to us. We're not here about a dating thing. We're here to show you how to be a man, something that you don't even know or anything about. So you're looking at the wrong perspective as this dating thing. You need to learn more about being a man. And then once you learn those things, like these men are telling you, that's where the woman is going to start to submit to you, brother.
Thanks.
Well, the thing about it is you don't want women to automatically submit to you, because where's the qualification in that? Like, if I'm able to drive a Bentley, I don't think every dude should be able to drive a Bentley. Because every dude don't work as hard as me. Every dude ain't on my level.
Yes.
So you can't expect women that are good women that you know, because that's the other thing. And I told guys this one time. I said, you don't want it to be easy to get women, because if it's easy to get women and women just accept any type of dude, then that means that when you get the woman you want, it's going to be easy for anybody else to get her, right? You want something that's valuable. You know, you don't want something you like. There was one guy that called into my show and he was like, but it's hard to get these women and, you know, this, that, and the third or whatever, and all types of goofy stuff. And I just had to hit him with is it easy to get diamonds? Is it easy to get anything that's worth having? You know what I'm saying? Requires something.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You can't just walk outside and expect, you know, the baddest woman to fall out of the damn sky.
Right. All right, caller. You got another question? Any last words before I get to the next call?
I had to have one more question.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. My last question is: can a guy truly be worthy of submission for a woman if he's never been in a fight?
A fight? What type of fight? A fight in life?
Wait.
You mean like a physical fist fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with submission.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, and I think you need some coaching on the back end, because I mean I think you're misguided, and I don't think anything we can say on this call is going to help you more than probably some one-on-one coaching.
How old are you, caller?
I'm 19.
You're 19. Oh, you're pretty
young.
young.
You're young. You're the same age as my son. So yeah, just on the back end, man. If you need some help, man, go ahead and hit one of us up, man. We can take care of you. All right.
Let me say this real quick.
I just want to remind you guys, we have like 6 calls in the queue. So I'm just saying, you go ahead.
Real quick. Just because you've been in a fist fight, that don't make you no goddamn man. Okay, there's this notion that just being some raw dude smacking niggas around makes you a man or some masculinity. No, nigga, you just a nigga that got into a fight. Come on, let's go, man.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, caller. We appreciate you, man. But go to realgamenotheory.com. You know, get with one of us for some coaching, man. Appreciate you. All right. Let's see what we got. We got 786. You're on live with the Real Game No Theory panel. What's up?
Good afternoon. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, we got you. What's your question, bro?
All right, bad. Frankie Man, Steve, this is Hobo, by the way. But shout out to the whole panel. Thanks for what you're doing. My question is, as a young man, what advice can you give me to unlearn the rhetoric my mom gave me? She raised by herself. And to unlearn cultist rhetoric as well, because I've been struggling with that.
Well, what rhetoric?
Not all rhetoric for moms is bad though. I will tell you, there's some gems that mom gives out.
That's right. So you have to be a little more specific.
That's not healthy for a man.
What did she tell you that you felt like it's a detriment to you?
It's more so along the lines of, I guess, the more submissive, supportive man towards a woman.
She told you you should be submissive?
Yeah, like not directly, indirectly. It's like be more helpful to a woman.
There's nothing we can do help you on this call. You definitely need some one-on-one coaching, man.
Your mother told you to be a helpmate to a woman?
Not directly, but how she explained it to me. She's trying to try.
All right, wait. All right, so hold on. Caller, how old are you? First of all, how old are you?
I'm 24.
24. Where's your dad?
My dad's in Miami. They split apart when I was young.
They split apart when you was what?
When I was young, they split apart. They divorced.
Oh, when you was young. Okay.
I know why.
Yeah. Have you spoke to your dad? Do you talk to your dad?
Yes, I do. But we have a good relationship. But like, I've been wrestling with this. It's been difficult for me. Sometimes see anything I can do to learn the bad that she instilled in me.
Okay. Well. First of all, you know, one thing I'll tell you to do is stop focusing on the things your mom said. That's one thing. But other than that, you might want to go to realgamenotheory.com, get with one of us for some coaching, man, and try to build a relationship with your dad, man. Have more conversations with your father, bro. You understand what I'm saying?
And the more closer you get to your dad, the honest he's going to be. It's okay for your dad to tell you who your mom really is too, because that's part of the problem. I think a lot of men don't tell their sons on who their mom really is.
Right.
That's very important for them to see the difference.
And caller, I'm gonna give you a quick scenario, and I need you to think about this when and associate it to your life. If you come to my house and I have juice and I have water, and I say to you, what would you like to drink? And I have juice, I have water, and I have milk. And you tell me, and I ask you, what would you like to drink? And you say, I don't want milk. Right? I still have two other choices in the fridge to give you, but bottom line is you still haven't told me what you actually wanted to drink. You understand? So when you come on here saying that I'm trying to, get away from what my mother told me, I see you trying to get away from something, but I don't hear you saying, what should I move towards to? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand.
Right. And, and the way the mind works is that the things that you try to run from is usually the things that stay with you because you're focused on it. All right. So, have more conversations with your dad and get with us for some coaching. All right. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, y'all.
All right. So we got 718-807. You on with the Real Game No Theory panel. What's up?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm back again, yo. I just have to say this. I told you. I'm trying to compliment you guys. That's all it is. I don't know where your man came out for no reason.
Okay, all right. Make it.
The reason the man came out for a reason because we appreciate the kind words, but we have to correct when you say weak shit because we don't want people to think that you can get by saying words like worry about other men and it's hard out here. That's why you need to be corrected. And if you can't understand that, that's not my problem. It's yours.
Now, I'm not referring to hard out here for me. I'm referring hard out here for these new people out here who don't understand.
Why do you give a fuck?
Hello?
Why is it's hard out there for a squirrel? Do you care about the squirrel?
Say it again. I'm sorry. What about a squirrel?
It's hard out there for a squirrel. Do you give a fuck about that squirrel?
No, because that squirrel's always trying to get a nut. So anyway, I just want to say thanks, guys, for the show. Thank you guys for the show. I appreciate it. I really appreciate this. I'm listening to you guys. You got like 238 people on your struggle stream. I appreciate you guys. Have a good day.
Oh my God. All right. So we got 281. 281, you're on live with the Real Game No Theory panel. What's up?
That was some bitch ass shit.
It was.
That little fucking shop. Dude, if you're still watching, if you went live right now, you probably couldn't get 2 people to fucking watch you. Fucking clown.
281, you're on live. What's up?
How y'all doing?
Hey, what's up, man?
How y'all doing? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you. Go ahead.
All right. I just wanted to ask a quick question. Does believing in Christ make you soft?
No.
Believe in who you want.
Any foundation that's going to, for me, and this is just for my opinion, I can't speak for everybody, but any foundation that keeps your moral compass that, at a high, I think as a human being, there's nothing wrong with that. So that doesn't make you soft, but what it does is it makes you understand the human part of life.
Yeah.
It's something to me about caring about other people's lives that matter to me, right? There are people out here suffering, and you think we come on here every Sunday for our own benefits, our own health? No, we come on here to try to help others. And see, people don't view us as people coming out here to help others. That's exactly what we're trying to do. So having a moral compass and believing in Jesus Christ and all that, there's nothing wrong with that, brother. More power to you, man.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Well, let me add this about religion real quick, because I never want to shit on nobody's beliefs. I would say this, and 50 is right, but I would also say this: you can't allow religion, especially organized religion, to control you so much where you don't question shit. Okay, you still want to question shit, have your beliefs, but still don't be lulled to sleep by certain things. Still question shit.
Mm-hmm.
I call it. You all right? You good?
All right. Okay. Well, I'm definitely not a part of any religion. I definitely believe that we are actually the physical Israelites that are in the Bible.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's Israelites. I definitely understand what you're saying, man. I know we can get into it, but I know we got other callers.
Yeah, we got
definitely, man. There's nothing wrong with what you believe in. Just make sure what you believe in translates into you in your regular life, though.
All you brothers are dropping all gems, and I'm listening. Thank you.
Let me address something right quick. M1TA, he says religion can't control you. Bullshit. People are controlled by religion. Come on, man. Wake the
Yeah,
fuck
that's society's controlled by religion. We only celebrate Christian holidays in the United States. Come on now.
Exactly.
Why we don't celebrate Ramadan or anything like why we don't do any of those things, right? Because we're controlled by a Christian society. So come on now.
Exactly. We got 929. You're on live with the Real Game No Theory panel. What's up, 929?
Hey, good afternoon, fellas. How's it going?
Hey, what's up, man?
Come on, man.
Yeah, just wanted to give y'all a quick shout out. And also, man, specifically to Steve and Dean Williams, man, I'd like to give you a shout out. One thing I learned from you, man, is the method to your madness, man, is fuck all the dumb shit, man. As men, we gotta get shit done. All that other shit is just excuse work. So I appreciate you for dropping that jewel on us, man. And I try to take it with me every day when I do what I do, and no excuses, man. I appreciate you, fellas. Have a great day.
All right, you too, bro. Appreciate you, man. Be safe.
That's dope, man. Look at Steve, man. Got a motherfucker call in and they motherfuckers they understand Steve and this motherfucker, man.
It's not just me, it's all of us. We all are men.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Even in the darkness, there can't always be night. 443. You're on live with the Real Game No Theory panel. What's up, 443?
What's going on, man? Greetings to the panel.
Yep.
What's going on, man?
All right.
I like the point that the saying that 1950 uses a lot, man. Bitch ass. There's a lot of bitch asses out here.
Yeah.
And I think where that stems from is a lot of these dudes grew up probably with like a simp father, no type of masculinity in the house, man. So when they come on this panel, and you got you strong brothers that's masculine on this panel, that's willing to give game to the young ones, it's kind of a they rebellious to masculinity. You get what I'm saying? So when you guys talk to them or try to recorrect some of the things they might say that might come off as feminine or just not manly, it's rebellion within them that pushes away from that. You get what I'm saying? So
I agree.
That's pretty much
That's a level of emotion. That's a level of being emotional too, right?
Well, even caller, even with the way some of the callers communicate, the way that they talk, we had a show I think 2 weeks ago. We talked about how men communicate. They don't know how to communicate like men. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain way that grown as masculine dominant men talk to each other. A lot of these guys, they're so used to arguing with women, and I think that's part of the problem. They're so used to arguing with females when they get around grown ass men, and we hit them in the chest. They're like, "Oh no, don't! How dare you talk to me like that? That's too rough. You're too hard. I need you to be softer with your words on my ears because you're hurting my feelings." That's how these niggas be acting.
That's because they got too much mommy in them. They used to how mommy delivers it.
Yeah.
They used to how the mommy sits them on the couch and talks to them. I love you so much. Build them up and then tear them down and build them up. See, we're gonna tear you down because we know that's what gets you harder. Your body even knows it, right? Yep. So if you got these soft hands, and if your soft hand keeps working and grabbing these poles every day, moving these wood and all this stuff, you're gonna start to develop a thing they call callus to make your hands tougher.
Right, exactly.
And so what it is we want these young men to grow calluses in their mind to understand that they need to be tougher. Like everybody else is worried about all these boosters and all that stuff. Look, this bitch assness has been a virus. It's been a virus, and when I'm telling you, it's running rampant.
It's a pandemic.
It's been a pandemic, and I'm telling you right now, it has reached a point where there are some that we got to purge. That's why I love the movie The Purge, because I believe in the purge. I believe in it. Like on one end, I'm a righteous dude, right? But on the other end, if they had a purge, I'm coming to get certain individuals. Okay, I'm coming, and that's what I'm saying. Like certain individuals need to be controlled. They need to be controlled, bro.
All right,
that's all I'm gonna say, man.
All right, Caller, you got a last word before we go to the
man. Here we go.
Yeah, definitely, man. I agree with that, man, strongly. And like, for one, it's very important to have a masculine leader in your life, man. Like, for instance, my father used to call me soft when I wanted to be around my mother all the damn time, man.
You know what I mean?
Running behind her skirt is what it's called.
That man called me soft, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Stop having your waffles cut at 15 at the table and shit. Your fucking waffles. I hate that. Cutting fucking waffles and shit. Cutting his meat up and shit.
Hey, but caller, I'm gonna do you one better. I'm gonna do you one better than your father. When you have a son, don't bother to call your son soft. Just make sure he around you an adequate amount of time, and you teach him the lessons he need to learn. Yeah. Don't sit there calling your son names when you're not doing. You're not following up with some action. You understand what I'm saying? So don't waste the time to call your son soft. Make sure he spend that time with you, and you show him how to, build something. Show him how to do something. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah. We don't give our kids no type of dolls. We only do action heroes, right? we Tonka trucks and shit. You know what I mean? Google Tonka fucking truck. Let me tell you real quick, because I know we got other calls. Let me tell you real quick, and I said this before. When my son was at his youngest age, I walked in, he was playing with some fucking, like, I don't know if it was a doll or whatever, but it to me, it didn't feel manly. So what I did was I picked it up in his face and I ripped it apart in front of him and his mother and even her mother at the time. Like, I totally destroyed it right in his face. And I walked away.
Right.
And then I came back 10 minutes later and told him that is not a manly thing to do. We don't do that. That's not what we do. To this day, my son refuses to do any bitch ass behavior. That's what I'm talking about.
Let me add this. This is what guys don't know. It's little things like that that put these images on little kids' heads. Dwayne Wade recently said that he dressed like a little girl when he was a kid. That shit probably started from playing with dolls and shit. You know what I'm saying? And now he got his son doing whatever he's doing. But my thing is this, and people,
Dwayne been tiptoeing his whole life.
He been tiptoeing. But a lot of guys, they act like we're making too much of it. No. Now, once I got 3 sons, I got 3 boys. Once they become grown men, they can do what they want with themselves. But while I'm raising them, I'm gonna raise them to be men, and they can do what the fuck they want. When they turn 18 and get the fuck up out my house, they can do what they want later. But while they're under my protection, under my ring, and under my roof, I'm raising men. Y'all got it, man.
Facts. All right, caller, man. We appreciate you, man. You be safe out there, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
All right.
Likewise.
All right, man. Peace. All right. We got 773. You're on live with the Real Game No Theory panel. What's up?
Hey, how's it going? How y'all boys doing? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Man, what's up, man? You got a question?
All right. Too easy. Yeah, I just got a question. So, I got a 7-year-old son. Shout out to Mr. Palmer. I definitely is by BMT. So I just want to know the best theory on pretty much teaching him about the whole sexual interactions. Not right now, obviously, but at what age do you think is more suitable to tell them about the manosphere, the red pill, and
I don't think you tell your kids. You talking about your kids, or you talking about your? Well, what are you saying?
A manosphere and a red pill.
What is that? So if you're talking about your kids,
I'm sorry. Yeah.
So if you're talking about your kids, so what I would tell you is, first of all, there's no such thing as none of those things, right? Those was created by individuals with their own philosophies, right? So you don't want to. You don't want to bring something that some other men that created. You have your own philosophies. But anyways, what I will tell you is, birds and the bees need to be talked out at a very young age from your kids. I don't care what nobody tells me, man. From 5 years old until they're adults, they need to understand the difference between man and women and how we move, how we act. And then even when it comes to a point, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10, around that age, for boys and girls, need to be taught parts that need to be respected. How you carry yourself, how you do things. There are so many cowards right now. There are men that would rather teach their daughters how to change tires instead of teaching their daughters how to cook. There are so many men that are right now afraid to have these sexual conversations with their daughters, and these daughters out there finding out in the streets on how to move as a woman. You as a man, see, most women don't understand, but they get a lot of their self-worth from their father. That self-worth comes from the father. Yeah. And you have to teach your daughter how to be worthy of being around men by carrying herself like a lady.
Yes.
And you teach her that at a very, very young age. It starts at 5 years old. And even as a young baby, from 2 and up, they understand what's going on right and wrong. So you need to really be detail oriented in regards of teaching kids on how there's huge differences between man and woman, how you respond to your mother and how you respond to your father. Like there's always a time that says, respect your mama, so respect your mom, do this, because we're the directors, right? We're the directors of the ship.
Yeah.
Your moms ever say, hey, respect your father? No, because we demand the respect from the kids from the beginning, and they know it's respect and love. Moms is love and respect. And that's the difference. So what I'm telling you is to answer your question again, very young age, create a difference between man and women early.
Let me say this to dude. First of all, a lot of the guys that came into these internet spaces, regardless of what label or title they put on themselves, they came here out of frustration, or they came here with the purpose of trying to teach dudes. But a lot of the dudes that's being taught are dudes that didn't have guidance, that didn't have fathers in their lives. So what I'm trying to figure out is, why would you as a father want to be like, well, when should I teach them about, when should I teach a son about this and about that? Bro, you're supposed to be teaching your child from a little one up. There's an old saying, give me the child from birth to 7 years old and I'll give you the man. Because the foundation is laid between that time. By the time a child gets 7 years old, everything after that is just adding to a foundation. So you shouldn't be waiting to teach your child certain things. You should already be teaching them that stuff. And see, here's the other thing too. Here's the other thing. You're talking as if you're going to bring him to teach him about red pill and all of that, as if that's what he needs to be a man. You know the reason why a lot of the red pill rhetoric that has morphed into this goofy shit, you know the reason why it doesn't affect me? Because I was actually taught how to be a man first.
Foundation.
Like, so first of all, you're supposed to already, all of the dudes that come here, and turn into zealots, is because they weren't men already.
Oh my, bruh.
Yeah.
This nigga preaching.
Yo,
Bruh. Shit, man. Like,
you need to give your son a pair of panties. You'd be better off just giving him some panties and telling him to be soft like you. Telling him that, why would you do that boy a disservice to bring him around other feminine men? Why would you do that to your son, sir? That's what I want to know. Why would you do that to him?
Oh, no, negative, sir. I was pretty much stating that I would pretty much introduce him to you all's content as he ages, and if you all are still around, because I pretty much get a lot of good insight from you all.
This is my suggestion on that really quick though, sir. I'm gonna suggest that you soak as much as you can in, and I want you to formulate what's inside of you, of your own beliefs and your own compass in life, and I want you to mold your son on from what your perspective would be, your lenses. I think he would grow up to respect you more when it comes from you than showing him other men's perspective, because what happens is that he may feel like that you've learned from us, and say, you know what, I will prefer to have somebody who has their own vision in life, who shows me, rather than borrowing it from somebody else. So that's what I'm saying. It's okay for you to bounce around and listen to other people. It's okay to read different books, but as a man, I think when it comes to your own kids, uniquely is how you raise them. So you need to raise them and formulate your own individual beliefs from your own lenses, and raise your kids based upon how you feel like a man and a woman should move.
Let me say this, and and that's a very good point.
I agree.
That's a very good point, 50. See, here's the thing, Cole. And how old is your child?
He'll be 7 June 19th.
He'll be 7 June 19th. Here's the thing. Take from us what you will. You understand? Take from us what you will. However, the last word is yours. You know, like a man is going to be a man. All this really is, everything that we say should only be information. only. Objectively speaking, all this shit is information, because at the end of the day, you have to take it and do what you will with it. And therefore, you're going to create a certain type of identity that you're looking to create. And now, since this child belongs to you, you have to impart that information onto that child as far as who you are as a man. Now, after the child reaches a certain age where the child begins to make decisions on their own, then you can say, here, these are the, just like how a person would say, hey, here's a couple of books I read in my lifetime that helped me along the way when I was trying to figure shit out. Then you can say, hey, since you're out here making your own decisions and shit, you're a grown man or whatever it is. These are a couple of guys that I listen to from time to time, for a perspective on life. But again, we're not here. We're not here to necessarily influence, or for anybody to copy us, or for anybody to be looking for some type of some type of cooperative association with us. We're really just here to give knowledge and information based on how we see it. And if that speaks to you, then let it speak to you. But at the end of the day, it's still you who has to come, who has to, develop the end result of the information, the ideas, formulate the ideas and let it, speak to your identity in the way it speaks to your identity. You understand?
You got to be careful about who you allow to influence your sons.
Facts.
Back in the day, somebody influenced my son and he became a Steelers fan. I'm still looking for that motherfucker.
They all red and white around here. Go Niners. Every one of them. I feel you. Hey, go Niners around here.
Well, I mean, last time I checked, Steve was influenced by somebody that he should have been influenced by, became a Cowboys fan.
Hey. Look. First of all, let me say this. God damn it. Don't be mad because we're America's team. So
hold on.
You a Cowboys fan?
Goddamn right.
Hey.
Hold on.
First round of the playoffs, baby. You know what happened.
Hold on. Caller.
Go Niners.
Caller. Last word, caller. Go ahead, caller. Last word.
Yeah. No, I was just saying. So for the most part, I'm actually the guy in the Army out here in Houston. I'm a recruiter and everything.
Okay.
So pretty much, I try to tell a lot of guys about what guys to pretty much who to look to for guidance and everything like that, because I'm not new to you all's information. I've been following Angry Man for a couple of years now.
Okay, that's a good start. That's a good start.
Guys are young,
right?
I know that a lot of guys are young, so I know they really can't perceive a lot of the information that Angry Man gives, because it's pretty much you need a little low key some experience with it too. You know what I'm saying? They can pretty much listen to it and everything, but without experience, I can't really help a lot of my guys, my young high schoolers out there going to the Army and always asking me about women.
Here's the thing, bro. If you're watching me, what you need to understand about me is a lot of people will try to put my content under the red pill banner, but my content is much deeper than that. My content deals more with manhood. So even though people can try to say, oh, that's red pill, blah, 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 it goes much deeper than that. And that's why I always end up butting heads with a lot of those guys, because we're dealing with something much deeper than that. We're dealing with actual masculinity. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. All right, caller.
Roger that. Hey, y'all take care, man. I'll see y'all next Sunday.
All right, man. We appreciate you, and thank you for your service, man. Appreciate you.
We still got calls now?
Roger that.
Yeah, we got one more.
Okay.
So we got 410. You're on live with the Real Game No Theory panel. What's up, 410?
Yeah, what's going on? Shout out to everybody on the panel, man.
Baby.
What's up with you, man? We in overtime. So you got a question, real quick?
Yeah, I got a question, man. This is more so directed to Steve. I appreciate if you could give me some insight on this question. But basically, I wanna know or just have some advice given on how to have a long-lasting, successful marriage.
Well, all these men can tell you that answer. Why do you need it from me? All these men have the answer. Why do you need it from me?
Let me ask him a question. Caller, are you married right now?
You gotta start by hitting the bottom though. Let's just do that.
He said what? You said
I feel like I'm with the one. You know what I mean?
all right. So how long you been with her, man?
About 3 years. Going on 3 years.
3 years. 3 years. 3 years. Do y'all live together?
Yeah. We stay together.
All right. So I'll tell you this, and I don't want to get too long-winded with it. I'll just say this: whatever you did to get her, you got to continue to do to keep her. That's one. I will also add this: that consistency is a must. In other words, you must be consistent, but also whatever she did to get you to feel how you feeling right now, she needs to continue to keep doing that as well. But also, I would say this:
okay,
make sure you pull her credit report. All right, okay, make sure you do that. You know what I'm saying? Look, this is some real shit.
Hold
you know
on,
what I'm saying?
Hey Zach, can you elaborate on that a little bit for me though?
Okay, 'cause when my lady and I first got together, right? She has a bachelor's in the MBA, so I knew she had school loan debt. So I'm like, before we do any of this shit, I got to see some credit reports. I got to see, the debt, the income ratio. I got to see what you're working with. I pull mine too, so that way, because my thing is, a lot of people, they don't understand when you're cohabitating, especially if you're talking about getting married and possibly having children.
Mm-hmm.
That's a large financial undertaking. You know what I'm saying? You have to be certain that you're dealing with someone that got some sense when it comes to money. You know what I'm saying? You can't get with nobody that's going to drag you down and fuck you up. And then next thing you know, your name is attached to shit their name is attached to. And your shit is in jeopardy because you're dealing with a person that's not fiscally responsible. So I would say definitely have a discussion about finances. Make sure, because if you're talking about being married, there might come a time one day, if you're lucky and blessed enough, where you guys might actually grow old together and retire. You got to talk about that shit too. Retirement plans.
Yeah, real quick. Yeah, real quick for me, I will tell you, I think the best thing for you to do also is to always treat your woman like a single woman. And let me explain why. I think a lot of times, I think men forget that the directions, the directions, the energy that you carried in the beginning needs to be throughout the whole entire relationship, right? Because I think a lot of times too is treating her like she's single. She understands that you can walk away at any time because of your value. You never want to give a woman a perception that she just got you like that, because then what? Complaciveness and the effort is going to fall off. So if you continue to treat her as if she's single, having her work for everything in the relationship just as much as you work, then you shouldn't have any problems on that end. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, caller. There's also something. Caller, you got to also be able to. Caller,
add anything to that?
Yeah, caller. You also have to be able to have a discussion not only with yourself first before you have her, because you're about to honor her with two major things. You're about to honor her with your name.
Okay.
You're about to honor her with your sperm or your bloodline. So you must make sure that she is worthy of those things. And you've got to sit down and have a conversation, not just about the two of you, but you've got to look at your future. You got to look at your 2-year, 5-year, 10 plan. We got to talk about that. Like Zach said, you got to look at her financials. If she's in debt, don't marry into debt. That motherfucker need to clean her shit up before she marry me. Do not marry into debt. That's what Zach was trying to tell you. But also, you got to know what discipline, what religion is our child going to be? What are we going to do as far as discipline, as far as schooling? What are we going to do if we celebrate Christmas? What are we going to do to celebrate college? Are we going to put money away for college? What is the plan? Your money is my money at this point. I need to see all your bills. I need to know where your money. You need to sit down with me and show me the books, basically. I need to see the books because I need to know, because once you were with me, I own all those things. I'm in control of all those things. And these, just out the tip of those things, these are things that you have to have in place before you even ask her to take your name, because you need to know that to be able to lead her. Like 1950 said, she also needs to know at any time she can be dismissed. You want to have her, but don't take my kindness, my caring as weakness, because as soon as you think that I'm that bitch around the corner, or you want to put my business on the street, or you want to do all that thing, you gotta go back to, like you say, the 1950s. Basically, I don't want to hear, and you're going to be quiet as a mouse. You're representing me, and if you cannot represent me, and you want to bring all your little girlfriends in our business, you want to be out there showing your ass, then we just gonna fuck. You ain't getting my motherfucking ring. Period.
Facts. Real shit.
Okay. And fellas, I got one last question that's pretty much dire to me to get some type of understanding on. For instance, marriage was in the discussions, of course, but I also bring up the point that I have some standards and regulations that you have to abide by. You know, infidelity isn't a problem for me, so that's one of my regulations, and she has to abide by that. You know, and see, I don't want to hear anything about, oh well, my girlfriends would think I'm crazy and you sound crazy.
Yeah, I don't even discuss infidelity with the woman. Like that's a known fact on what you should be doing.
Yeah, exactly.
You get what I'm saying? Like that comes surface level shit. That's like you bringing me a plate, not bringing me forks and spoons, right? Like you fucking already know what's needed, right?
Yeah, but Caller, you say you had a question though. You say you had a question for you to. You say something you needed. It was dire for you to understand. What are you trying to understand?
Oh yeah, just the rules that I got set, man. You know, she should be already willingly understanding all my regulations before I decide to propose that question.
Well, hold on. She never should have became your girlfriend.
Wait, that's what I'm trying. Bro, hold on. Caller.
You lost me.
How did you get this far? 3 years and you thinking about marrying her. How did you get this far if she's not following all of your requirements and regulations, homie?
No. I'm talking about basically. So this is what I'm talking about, fellas. This is what I'm saying. All right. I need her to understand, right? That from time to time, I might go out here and I might get some strain, right? And I don't need any.
No.
I may go out here and do what?
You should get some side pussy.
Bro, that's not your jam. That's not what lane you're in. I can tell, brother. You're a lover. It's okay.
Bro, if you haven't had that,
there's nothing wrong with being a lover. Just stay in that lane.
Bro, in 3 years, in 3 years, if you haven't had that discussion yet, then you can't marry her, bro.
There's nothing wrong with that, bro. Just be one of them wholesome, good guys. There's nothing like I don't want guys to understand. We're not trying to make you be something you're not. If you're not a player, if you're not a Mac, we understand. Just be that guy, though. You know what I mean? If you're that guy who is like laying on the bed, butt naked with the computer covering your privates when she gets out the shower, just be that guy. But don't try to be around men and then act like it's got to be something else.
Right.
You get what I'm saying, brother? There's nothing wrong. We need more good Russell Wilsons like you in this world, man.
Caller. You never had in 3 years. You never had this conversation with your lady.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No. I had this conversation. I'm just saying everything is already agreed upon. You know what I mean? She understands my.
Oh, so she know what it is. She know you smashing her sister if she's available.
So what are you talking about? Or are you just trying to let us know what your position is and you acting like you asking questions? What are you really trying to do, my nigga?
I'm just saying, you know, basically, Miles, what I'm saying is when I do propose that question, I just need her to be full willingly understand.
Wait.
You know,
so caller, so you haven't proposed it yet?
Well, he should be living the life right now. This is what the problem is. If you're living that, you should be living that life right now.
Okay, let me make sure I got an understanding. So caller, so you have yet to tell her that you desire to deal with other women outside of her. You haven't told her that yet?
No, I did. I'm saying everything.
What happened?
Good,
what happened?
Look, the thing is this. This is the thing. See, right now in the boyfriend and girlfriend stage, my relationship is set up to how I want it to be.
Okay.
But I feel like when I step the relationship up into marriage, she might feel like, oh, you still want to do this and you're going to marry me. But that's
okay, cool. Call her. Check it out. So if that happens, all you got to do is just tell her nothing's going to change.
Exactly.
That doesn't make any sense. It's not making any sense because she's already trained right now. That's
Steve, no, what it is, he wants to be able to call her. This is what you want to do. You want to be able to tell her what you're going to tell her and no matter how she acts, you still want to be able to keep her. Now, you do understand that you might lose her, right? When you propose marriage to her and she says she don't want to share you no more, you do understand. Are you prepared for her to say she ain't with that?
Absolutely, man.
All right.
Okay, man. Don't start slitting. Cutting yourself and crying in the corner. You know what I mean, don't do that.
In your room, drawing the shade, sleeping in the dark.
So my question after all of that's been said, my question is, if the relationship is exactly how you want it right now, then why the fuck you trying to get married, homie?
I mean, that's just later on down the line, man.
No. I don't care about that. What's later down. I'm asking you a fucking question. If your relationship is exactly the way you want it, where is the idea or conversation of marriage coming up? Where is that coming from?
I want to patent my name, man. I want to patent and make, because I want to have kids, man. You know, I don't want to
Exactly. So you're saying that the idea of marriage is your idea. So why are you afraid of your woman's ideas if all of this is your idea, truly?
I ain't afraid, bro.
So what's the question about, though? Bro, you keep saying that I hope that when I pop the question that she understands.
You did say that. You did say hope.
You gonna get on one knee, sir? You gonna get on one knee and shit?
What's odd is that she should already understand where he's at. Why are you acting like you doing shit and you ain't doing nothing?
That's
and
what I'm
saying. Yeah, there's something that's weird here, because you're saying you got this chick for a few years, and yet she doesn't know that her position, where her position is. Then all of a sudden you want to try to boss up and act like you something that you're not, man. Like 50 said, dog, just lay on your stomach and keep your feet curled up and shit, man. This ain't for you, dog. Just get your heavily after, dog. I hope that she don't meet us, dog.
That's not a good idea, man.
Well, I'm just saying, but you lying. I'm saying that you're not actually doing what you're saying you're doing, because if you were actually doing it, this wouldn't even be a question. You wouldn't be if she knows you're a ladies' man, she knows what comes with you.
Yeah.
So
right.
there's no ifs, ands, or buts of I gotta tell her now. She should already know.
Yeah. Most women know what man they gonna have to share. They know that pretty early in the game.
That's why the story don't sound right to me, because you acting like you bringing in something new. You shouldn't be bringing in nothing new if the relationship is what it is. What's all the I hope and I need to make sure that she understand that.
You know, Miles, when they use words like I hope and stuff, that means something. The communication is not being communicated.
Exactly.
Yeah, fellas. Basically, what I'm saying is, when I'm ready to take this to a new height, right, and I'm ready to actually put that ring on her finger, I need her to know that this is what.
Let me hear.
You need her to know, or she should.
I need to hear what he's saying. Go ahead, brother.
Go ahead.
I'm saying. All right, hold up. I'm saying, but I'm ready to take this to a new height, and I'm ready to actually put that ring on her finger. I need her to know that this is what it is. Okay, even though I was doing this and I was doing that, this is what it is to be with me. All right. So don't.
But that's what Steve is saying. He said it's nothing should change.
She should already know this.
She should already know. Like, why would you even have to like revisit it if this is known?
I'm just saying.
What are you saying?
I'm gonna have to reiterate it.
You don't have to reinnovate what's factual. If my woman knows how I want my steak, why would she, like, before we get married, ask me how I want my steak?
Something right here.
You see what I'm saying? Like, she knows how I want my steak.
We talk about, we talking about pieces of meat, multiple pieces.
Nah, brother, it's all the same. It's communication. What I'm trying to tell you is it's communication, direct communication. It doesn't change.
Caller, listen. I'm sorry, but I don't think you should be trying to get married, bro. Because after 3 years, if you got to tell your woman something more than once, then because you said you already told her, and getting married shouldn't change the dynamics necessarily. It shouldn't change anything. So if you're still worried, bro, then I don't know if you should be getting married. I think you should just keep the relationship where it is, because it seems like that's all that you can handle as far as she's concerned.
K-Love is right. There's something going on with that.
But all I can handle? What you mean by that?
I just think it's sometimes you go ahead, Miles. You got it.
No, I'm just saying you hope and you need for her to understand this, that, and the third. Aren't you the man? Aren't you the leader of the relationship? Hasn't it been 3 years? What are you still hoping and needing for her to understand, bro? You see, here's the problem with a lot of you dudes. Y'all don't even know how y'all sound. Y'all don't even know how y'all truly sound until y'all get to us. That's why y'all call us.
That's Miles right there, boy.
Because you don't even know how because in your mind, you sound like, yeah, I'm a real nigga. I've been holding down my bitch for 3 years and I'm about to ask her to marry me. Right. But let me run this shit by the panel to make sure. And then when you explain it to us, you realize how scared you are. You realize how afraid. Nigga, you in the fucking corner hoping that you don't lose your bitch. 90 seconds.
It's all good though, man. And that's the Miles. That's it. I'm gonna tell you right there. That's the Miles that travels to Florida and still don't give a fuck. That's what I'm talking about, my nigga.
I'm in Florida talking my shit.
No, hey, look.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Me and Miles have personal conversations. He's the same nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's the same nigga, man.
Real
nigga, man. That's what I'm talking about. Well, hey, all right, caller, man. Just go ahead and, like I said, man, just stay in your own lane, man. Just be a good guy. We need more Russell Wilsons in this world, man. You go ahead and have a good evening.
All right, man. We appreciate you, man.
Shout out to you guys, man. I appreciate
Shout out, brother. I appreciate you, man. I'm glad he wasn't emotional. See, he wasn't emotional. I give him that. I give him that.
He's a good dude. He told him before. You're a good dude. You're a good dude.
Maybe she's the one that have a bunch of dudes and he's making the adjustment.
Maybe. Y'all men, I'm telling you, y'all men that don't understand that your woman likes certain shit and believes she don't want certain shit, and then all of a sudden you discover she liked that shit, but it was with somebody else.
Crazy.
Let me add this real quick. A lot of you niggas, y'all think y'all can get into a relationship with a chick and propose that you're gonna be fucking other chicks, and y'all think she's gonna sit idly by and just wait for you to get home. No, she gonna be out there getting her some ding-a-ling. I assure you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So never make the mistake of thinking, oh, I want some extra shit on the side, but I expect her to only want me.
Yeah.
She like variety too, nigga. Understand?
Yeah, she likes vegetables and all that stuff. But I always try to tell men this though, man. Like, never ask your woman questions you don't want the truth to answer, right?
Facts.
Ooh, was this your best dick you ever had? I'll never ask that because I don't give a fuck, right? That's for one. That's one. But the second thing is, I don't want to hear about some other nigga trying to hit the bottom. I'm sure there's motherfuckers that's equal to me, but I never think a motherfucker's greater than me. You know what I mean? Fuck you.
One time I told this nigga, I had this was some time back, this dude called into my show and he said he wanted to present the idea of an open relationship. I said, okay.
Present it.
I said to his woman, right?
It's already open, nigga.
That's what he said. But so I said, are you prepared for your woman to go out and wear an outfit she never wore before for you? He was like, hey, think about it like that. I'm like, okay, are you prepared for her to rock a new hairstyle she never wore for you for her date? I said, are you prepared for her to come home and you try to get in that ass and she tell you she too sore from the nigga that she was out with?
Or what about them choke marks on her neck when you get home?
Oh my God, man.
And that right ass cheek is all red when you try to turn it over.
Okay. We gonna wrap this up, man.
Thanks.
Hey, man. Hey, much respect to my people.
Yeah. Everybody on the panel. Shout out to Taekwondo. Today's his birthday. We all want to give him a shout out for his birthday.
Yeah. Shout out to Taekwondo, man. For real.
Shout out like Angry Man, Zag, 50, and motherfucking Miles. And shout out to our dog Lucario, hold it down in Miami.
And I think it was the only dark skinned nigga in the whole Miami I seen out there. Nigga, that nigga was out there oily as fuck. I'm like, nigga, what's all that nigga out here oily and shit? My nigga Lucario out there, boy, pimping hard too, man.
Thanks.
All right, motherfucker. We
out. All right, man.
We'll see y'all
Sunday,
man. Peace, guys.